Good afternoon, my name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. It is Matchday Live. It is the big one, isn't it? It is Arsenal women against Chelsea. This is going to be an epic game, isn't it? It's all going to be coming up the other side of this. So Arsenal now Frida Marnham again inside there looking for a second goal. Oh, she's got a second goal. That seals it. Frida Marnham again. So how you doing? It's Matchday Live, Chelsea women against Arsenal women, the biggest game in the WSL every single season. Every time we play them, it's always a massive, massive game, isn't it? This is going to be no different. We know how important this game is, and it is going to be, it's a must-win for Arsenal. Essentially, if we win, we take the title race down to the final day of the season. It may not be enough for us anyway, because Chelsea play Reading, and even if we win, we'll still be 2 points behind, and we need them to lose against Reading. Not that they lost against Reading last year, you never know. But we just need to win because, of course, the top three is still up for grabs for us anyway, isn't it? Now, we've got the team news in for you for this game today. This is how the teams line up then. So for Arsenal, it looks like we might be going back to a back four. So it's Manu Zinsberger in goal, Noel Moritz at right back, or actually, no, Noel Moritz may well be left back. Then Jem Beattie, Rafaela Souza, Lotta Rubenmoy may well be right back. Then it's Katie McCabe, Katarina Krul, and Frida Marnham in midfield. And then Victoria Pelova, Caitlin Ford, either side of top scorer Stina Blackstenius with 18 goals this season. On the bench then for Arsenal, the two goalkeepers, Sabrina D'Angelo, Kayla Marquise. Then we've got Steph Catley, Taya Goldie, Gio Quiros, Lena Hurtig's back on the bench. Great to see. Jodie Taylor, Ruby Doe, and Freya Godfrey. So that is the Arsenal team then. For Chelsea, this is how they line up. It's Ann-Katrin Berger in goal. They're back for Eve Perisset, Magdalena Eriksson, the captain, Maren Mayelja, and Neve Charles. In midfield, Sophie Ingle, Erin Cuthbert, and Penella Harder. And then in the front three, Guru Wrighton, Lauren James, and of course, Sam Kerr, who has been the curse of us, hasn't she, over the years for Chelsea. So we need to stop her from scoring today. On the bench then for Chelsea is the goalkeeper, Zakira Mazovic, Jess Carter, Melanie Leopold, Jess Fleming, Joanna Canyard, Kadisha Buchanan, Alsu Abdelina, and Jelena Kankovic. So these are the lineups. And I mean, it's the strongest lineup we've got, isn't it? Let's be honest. And it's good to see Lena Hurtig. We've got Jodie Taylor. We've got Steph Catley, Gio on the bench. Some experienced players on there, a couple of young players as well. Freya Godfrey has done really, really well, hasn't she, in the last couple of games she's come on. Of course, youngster Taya Goldie as well, who's done well when she's played. So it's a good strong squad for Arsenal in the circumstances. When you think of the number of players we've got injured, I mean, we've got 5 of our best players currently not available in this game. Leah Williamson in midfield, Kim Little and Leah Volti, of course. Beth Mead's not available. And of course, Viv Miedemar as well. So imagine with that strength added into this team, what this team could have achieved. But it's been a great season anyway, hasn't it? We have already won the Continental Cup, and we're very, very close to sealing that third place. We only need 3 points from our last 2 games to guarantee getting that third spot, place in the Champions League. But the league title is still up for grabs. It is. If we can win this game, we go within 2 points of Chelsea going into that last game. Yes, they need to lose their game. We have to beat Aston Villa. And of course, there's still Manchester United is still involved. They've got to play Manchester City later on tonight. So there's still a lot to play for. But we just need to, as Jonas said, we need to win our final games, and let's see where we are. NA says there, goal, Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0, Kerr 88 minute. Unfortunately, that's always been the reality. Well, it's not always been the reality. This season we've played Chelsea 3 times, and we've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 1. And we should have won at least 2 of those, because the reverse fixture at the Emirates in the league in January, we dominated that game. We were 1-0 up, wasn't we? And then right at the very end, it was Sam Kerr who got the equaliser, wasn't it? So in the FA Cup game, we played well. We had chances, conceded 2 goals, and ended up losing. But the last time we played them was in the final of the Continental Cup, and we did win that game. And that's what we need to take the heart from today, don't we? We know we can beat this Chelsea team. We've beaten them before, and we can beat them again. But obviously, it's not going to be easy, is it? We know how difficult this team is. They're top of the league. They won the FA Cup. and they are a very good side. We know they are, but they are beatable. They are definitely beatable. And I think defensively, without Millie Bright, who's of course still injured, I do feel as though they can be got at defensively. They've conceded more goals this season than usual. We've certainly had some joy against them this season with the games that we've played against them. So the only worry is we haven't actually scored here at Kingsmeadow for quite a number of years now. I think it's about 4 or 5 visits since we've even scored here. Last season, of course, that 0-0 draw. So very, very difficult game. We know it's going to be. We've got Bongo going in the chat. Come on, you Gunners, indeed. Must win. It is a must win, yeah. I don't care where Chelsea are in the league. I don't care where we are in the league. We always have to beat Chelsea because they're Chelsea, and we want to make sure that Emma isn't smiling at the end of the game because we like a grumpy face, don't we? So we'll see what happens there. Bongo going says 2-1 Arsenal, Steen double after Kerr cheats a penalty and scores from it. Yeah, that's probably what might happen. Yeah, get your score predictions in, guys. What do you think the score will be today? Obviously, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it? We know that. I'm confident we can win. I really am. I feel as though we've shown in the big games this season, certainly in the second half of the season, that we can compete in these big games against the big physical teams. Yes, we've got players missing. Leah Vaulty's a massive miss. There's no doubt about that. But I still feel that we can win this game. I really do. I'm confident. And I'm not usually am I that confident when we play Chelsea. Jonas has got his big game hair on as well today, which I like. He got it slicked back, looking cool as he did in the Champions League as well. It's the big game here for Jonas. So he must be feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. They reckon it might be that 3 at the back again then. Potentially, I suppose it could be with sort of 4 across midfield. Yeah, maybe that's more likely how we'll line up. But we'll see once it gets going. We'll see how the team line up. But we can only give it our best. And you know, with this team, with these girls, they will give 110%, 1,000,000% all the way through from the first minute to the last. They'll give absolutely everything that they've got. And if we do that, then we're going to have a hell of a chance of getting a result, aren't we? If we can get Stina in behind again, get her back. She's had a lot of joy against Chelsea running in behind, hasn't she? And I do feel as though there's going to be those opportunities today against this Chelsea defence. I really do. And I feel as though, if we can capitalise on our chances, be clinical, then I really do feel as though we can go on and I think we can win this game. I really do. And yeah, let's hope that we can do that because we certainly need to win, don't we? Defeat wouldn't necessarily end our top 3 hopes, but it certainly won't make it any easier, will it? Anyway, the teams are coming out. Arsenal, of course, being led out by captain Katie McKay. What a great few games she's had as captain as well, really leading from the front, isn't she? As you would expect her to, because it's Katie McKay, but that's what she does. NA says there, cool is my only worry today, especially the physical aspect. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And defensively as well, she's not quite as switched on sometimes as she needs to be. So, yes, there is a little bit of a worry, but without Leah Vaulty, someone's got to step in and do that job. And it's going to be Katrina. I don't know if she'll actually be playing that role. I think Katie McCabe's going to drop in a little bit deeper in this particular game. The teams are out, and Arsenal saying red and white today, and Chelsea, of course, in their traditional blue. They know a victory today would almost seal the title for them, wouldn't it? Yes, they could win it tonight if Man United don't beat Man City, if Chelsea have won, but it'll put them in a massive position. Even if we win, they still need to win next week, assuming Man United don't win later on. But it'd be nice to deny Chelsea the title, wouldn't it? If we can't win it ourselves, at least let's stop them from winning it. That would be what I would say. Anyway, we're getting ready for this a big game here at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea women against Arsenal. It's always a big game, isn't it? It's always an exciting game. It's always great football. And it's just a shame that we can't play them with our strongest available team. It really is a shame that we have got all these injuries that we've got. But the girls have done so well, haven't they? In the circumstances with the players out, and now we've got Leah Vaulty out as well. But let's remember, Leah Vaulty didn't start that game against Brighton the other week, and we played really well, didn't we? Yes, Brighton aren't as good as Chelsea, we know that, but even so, I still think we can do a job here. Wayne's in the chat doing. Wayne, he says Emma Hayes casually saying, "Yeah, we made 6 changes to keep it fresh, whilst we've got 4 ACLs in there." Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's having a laugh, ain't she? They've got a big squad. We know they've got a good squad, and we need to improve our squad, don't we, over the summer? So next season we can really, really push on and challenge for the title. With Jander's in, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Good to see you. Terry says, "Good afternoon, Richard, Bongo, NA, and all in the chat. Come on, you Gooner girls. Please make my Sunday by giving me that salty Emma look after we beat them today. Look at her face. Let's do this, girls. Come on." Indeed, yeah, that's what we like to see, don't we? It's quite breezy at Kingsmeadow. Whether that'll have an impact on the game, I don't know. The 2 captains there, Magdalena Eriksson and Katie McCabe. The team's going to be changing in, so maybe the wind has had an effect there on which way teams want to be shooting. Rajendra says, we play so well at Brighton and overlook. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we did play well in that game. Herman's in as well. Herman, good to see you. You're well. Looking forward to this really big game. It is a big game. I like playing Chelsea. It's nervy usually. It's exciting usually. And more often than not, we have come out not on top, have we, in recent meetings? But I do feel today may well be different. This team have shown something, haven't they, in the last couple of months or so in adversity to really be able to produce performances in big games. And you know, I really feel as though it's a big opportunity for us today, isn't it? To show, you know, even with the injuries that we've got, we are still here and we are still fighting. It's good to see Caitlin Ford back. You know, we've still got, despite all the injuries, and it's you know, it's sad when you look at the players we've got missing, but look at the players that we've got in this team. Rafaela Souza, fantastic player. Katie McCabe, a fantastic player. Victoria Pelova, Frida Marnham up for player of the season. Caitlin Ford, you know what I mean? 2 goals the other night. Stina Blackstone, 18 goals this season. We've still got a very good team. Lotta Wooben-Moy, brilliant form from her. So let's not worry about the players missing. Let's focus on this brilliant team that we've got. And hopefully today we can show Chelsea exactly what we are about. Herbert says it is 7:29 in Toronto. Is it really? Okay, nice and early for you. It's 12:30 here in the UK. We're just about to kick off. Arsenal are going to be kicking off, attacking the goal to our right in this first half. Arsenal in red and white, of course. It's going to be Stina Blackstenius gets us off and underway here in this massive game. And Arsenal play the ball all the way back to Manu Zinsberger, all in yellow. The ball at her feet. She's not really being put under any pressure, so she just rolls the ball out to Victoria Pelova. You can see Chelsea are trying to stop us playing it out from the back there, the way they were lined up, and we've made a mistake already over on that far side. It was not a great ball by Manu Zinsberger to Katie McCabe. That cross comes in from Sophie Ingle, but it's overhit, and Noel Moritz should let this run out. In fact, she doesn't. She plays up the line instead to Katarina Cole. That's a poor touch from her. She tends to start games quite sloppily, Katarina Cole, and she kind of grows into it. That was her first poor touch out of the way. Let's hope that's it for her now. Anyway, Neve Charles with this throw for Chelsea into the area, headed down by Prunella Harder to Erin Cuthbert. It's back again over on that far side, and this near side to Neve Charles. Cross comes in at a near post by Guru Wrighton, but easy catch there for Manu Zinsberger. And also haven't really settled yet. Loki's in the chat. Doing Loki, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Looking forward to this game, obviously, as I'm sure you are as well. And it needs to be a big performance, doesn't it, from Arsenal? But we wouldn't expect anything less, would we, from this team, this group of players? We know what they're all about. Anyway, it's a free kick, actually. Must have been an offside there. Manu Zinsberger goes long. Stina there's trying to win their header, but it was Mielja won that header instead. And now Guru Wrighton plays the ball over the top, looking for the run there of Pernilla Harder, but it's run all the way through to goalkeeper Manu Zinsberger. Bongo Guna says, it sounds like a nervy start. Yes, it's been a little bit of a nervy start. We haven't really got going yet, but we'll be fine. Rajendra says, I'm waiting online, so about a minute behind. Oh, I'm watching online, a minute behind your commentary. Okay. Yeah, I've just got it on BBC Two, which is nice when it's on the BBC, isn't it? We don't get a laggy. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward again, and Arsenal struggling to win the ball, but we do win it back there. Good tackle from Noel Moritz. He gets the ball back again, the Swiss on this near side, and then it goes out off Guru Wrighton. And then it is going to be a throw to Arsenal. But yeah, very difficult start. This has been from Arsenal. Chelsea just in control at the minute, but I'm sure we'll be fine. We just need to settle down, get a few touches on the ball. That's what we need. And then I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyway, Lotta Wooben-Moy is going to take this throw on the near side. Playing so well at the moment, Lotta, isn't she? That's a ball up the line. The wind does seem to be playing a bit of an issue at these early stages. That ball was played forward. They're looking for Steen. It wasn't a great ball, and in fact, it wasn't a great ball from Chelsea either. A little bit of a scrappy start actually from both teams, to be fair. Manu Zinsberger's currently got the ball. Some of the passing's not quite been finding its target, and you know whether the windy conditions are playing a part in that, I'm not too sure. Anyway, Manu Zinsberger kicks it long up that far side. That's a better ball to Katie McCabe. Plays it infield to Caitlin Ford, which has the ball taken off of there actually by Harder, and now Chelsea coming forward again. It's going to be Lauren James on the edge of the box. A nice little turn from her. She runs into trouble, though. That's typical Lauren James. She has an opportunity to do something with the ball, and then she holds on to it for too long. And Arsenal managed to get the ball back then. But Chelsea coming forward again, looking for Sam Kerr on that far side. The cross comes in, a near side, sorry. The cross comes in. It goes all the way across the goal, and it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Yeah, very nervy start this from Arsenal. Chelsea pressing us high up the pitch and trying to put us under pressure, forcing mistakes, and they've done it quite effectively so far. Sam Curran on that near side, that cross though. Pernilla Harder was coming in, but it was too far ahead of her. And Yeah, Lauren James there ran into trouble, and that's what she does that for England as well, doesn't she? She gets into good positions, and then when she should shoot, she passes. When she should pass, she shoots, and when she maybe shouldn't take an extra touch, she does. And she did that there, luckily for us, and we cleared the ball away. If she can improve that part of her game, Lauren James, she's going to be a really important player for the Lionesses, isn't she? But hopefully she doesn't get it right today. Arsenal got a throw there over on that far side. It's Katie McCabe is going to take it. The Arsenal standing captain, but what a captain she is. Throws the ball forward up that far side, but it's headed away by Eve Perisset for Chelsea. And they're coming forward again with Guru Wright and finds Sam Kerr, threads it into that far side. It's with Pernilla Harder. Good save at the near post from Manu Zinsberger. In fact, the offside flag was up anyway. It wouldn't have counted. But a decent save from Zinsberger. And Chelsea have really started this game on the front foot. And Arsenal are just struggling to settle at the moment. But that was a good save from Manu there, even though it wouldn't have counted because the flag was up. And Arsenal again have given the ball away though from that free kick, put under pressure. Sophie Ingle plays it into Guru Wright, and plus to get the ball out to Sam Kerr. That's good play from Lotte Wubbenmoy. In fact, it's a free kick, a foul there on Guru Wright. And after she played that ball, the Norwegian is such a important player for Chelsea, isn't she? Anyway, it's a free kick now to Chelsea, quite central, midway inside the Arsenal half. Too far out for a shot, you feel, but Arsenal going to have to be switched on defensively here. It's been a really fast start from Chelsea. We've played 5 minutes and it's been pretty much all Chelsea. Arsenal haven't even got in the Chelsea half yet. And they're not going to now because this free kick comes in. It's Eve Perisset with it over to the far side. Good header away there by Rafaela Souza. She should complete the clearance now on that far side. And she does so, plays the ball up the line. But again, there's no Arsenal player up the pitch. And again, it's just coming back. At the moment, it's not looking too good. Steve's in the chat there. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you, my friend. Up nice and early to watch the game. Let's see if Arsenal can just get some touches on the ball. There's a lot of empty seats in the ground actually today. That just goes to show what a small club Chelsea are, really, doesn't it? A lot of Arsenal fans here, of course, as you would expect. Lotte Wubbenmoy all put under pressure there from Erin Cuthbert. Oh, she makes up for it again. She did that the other night, didn't she? She made a mistake and then made up for it. That was a brilliant tackle there inside the penalty area from Lotte Wubbenmoy. Yes, we'd rather she didn't have to make those mistakes in the first place, but wow, what a tackle that was. Pernilla Harder played the ball through to Guru Wright, and what a tackle that is inside the penalty area there. Brilliant, brilliant stuff there from Lotte Wubbenmoy. In fact, they're showing that offside. Yeah, it was offside just before when Harder's shot was saved. Steve says, like these early starts for me. Oh, it's 9:35. Oh, of course, it's early for you, 9:35 p.m. Yeah, usually it's early in the morning, isn't it? Yeah, it's not a bad time for this one, is it, I suppose? Anyway, Arsenal need to get going. Terry says, good tackle from Lotte Wubbenmoy. It was a very, very good tackle. Her mistake initially, but she's made up for it. That's all you can do. You know, everyone's going to make mistakes. So as long as you make up for your mistake, that's all you can do. Oh, lovely turn from Caitlin Ford, bringing the ball forward over on that far side. Really good play from the Australian. Plays the ball up the line to Stina Blackstenius. She's got some support. Can she find the ball across? Katie McCabe's in space. She's got Katie McCabe on this. Noel Moritz on this near side. Noel Moritz plays it back into the box to Katarina Kuhl. She turns away. The momentum of this attack slightly gone, but it's with Katie McCabe now over on that far side. Oh, she tried to cut in, looking to get a shot away there. It's a good tackle actually by Eve Perisset it was, and now Chelsea can bring the ball away. That's Arsenal's first attack. And it was a good one as well. But now Sam Kerr on the counter-attack for Chelsea on this near side. Lotte Wubbenmoy comes across. Sam Kerr facing her up. Plays the ball back low. Good defending from Lotte Wubbenmoy. Comes out to Guru Wright and the shot's deflected. And it's gone wide. It's going to be a goal kick. It deflected off a Chelsea player. That shot there from Guru. But a bit of excitement there at both ends of the pitch. The first Arsenal attack. Caitlin Ford heavily involved. Stina as well. We maybe didn't quite make the most of that, if we're totally honest, at the end of it all. But anyway, it was a very good counter-attack from Arsenal. And then Chelsea coming forward again there. Sam Kerr it was. Played the ball back. And the shot there from Guru Wright, and I think it was, hits Sam Kerr actually and goes behind for a goal kick. In fact, Sam Kerr was offside. So it was a free kick to Arsenal. But again, the ball's coming back at us again. Rafaela Souza's got some strong defending to do over on that far side, but Lauren James takes the ball off her, but then runs it out of play. Terry said, Stina should have let one rip. Yeah, just cut back in, didn't it? For her to have a shot maybe. Looking to be unselfish there, though, wasn't she? Rajendra says the Chelsea good start hopefully keeps Arsenal alert. No, exactly, yeah. I mean, they started well in the Continental Cup final, got an early lead, and we soon got back into it. So I'm not worried at the moment. You know, we looked dangerous there when we came forward. If we will have opportunities as the game goes on. The most important thing is that we keep ourselves in the game. We keep it nice and tight. We don't allow Chelsea to get ahead really, because once they go ahead, Chelsea, we know how difficult they can be to peg back. But we just need to keep ourselves in the game, work hard, which we are doing, and I'm sure we'll get chances against this Chelsea defence. And we just need to be clinical. And I say we didn't maybe make the most of that last opportunity there just a few moments ago. But we will get more as well. Anyway, Chelsea now in possession inside their back four. It's now in Sophie Ingle, plays the ball over the top, looking for a run in behind there of Guru Wright. And again, it's a good tackle there from Lotte Wubben-Moy. That's twice she has been important at the back there. WSL Comps has gone predictions 1-0 Chelsea. No. It's not going to be 1-0 to Chelsea. Arsenal are going to win. I'm still going. I said 2-1 the other night. Or no, did I say 3-1 the other night? But anyway, I still think we'll win. And yes, it's been a difficult start, but it tends to be against Chelsea when you're away, and we just got to keep ourselves in it, as we said. Guru Wright and threads the ball through at Sam Kerr. She's offside. Surely she's offside. She puts it in, but she is offside. Lovely little move, though, from Chelsea, but she was miles offside, and the flag's gone straight up, and it's the right decision. I'm sure we'll see from the replay. Oh, she's absolutely miles offside. I mean, Noel Moritz was a little bit deep, but it was fine. Sam Kerr was offside, a good finish, but Manu Zinsberger kind of just let us slide in, really. Bongo Guna's gone 2-1 Arsenal. Indeed, Steve's gone 2-1 Arsenal as well. Yeah, good that we're confident in the chat. That's what I like to see. But it is going to be tough, and it's been a tough start. We've played 10 minutes, and Arsenal have only really had one attack so far, but we've got the ball now on this near side. Noel Moritz plays it back to Lotte Wubben-Moy, who's had a very, very solid start to this game, you have to say. WSL Comp says, I'm just saying my prediction. No, you can give your prediction. We just don't agree with you, or we don't want to agree with you. We probably do deep down, maybe. Our head probably says that, but who knows? Arsenal have shown, haven't we? We've fought against all the odds. Oh, that's a poor ball, though, from Caitlin Ford, looking for Victoria Pelova. Hasn't really been in a game much yet, Victoria. She is playing that slightly deeper role. It's her and Frida Marnan really sitting there in front of the defence. And they're doing a decent job so far, but we're going to lose a little bit going forward, aren't we? I suppose, with those two sitting a little bit deeper. But anyway, let's see how it goes. So far, so good. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. 11 minutes played at Kingsmeadow, and so it's been a tough start, but we're in the game, and we're doing okay. We're defending pretty well. There you go. Terry says, I'm surprised that they give Kerr offside. It was only about 2 yards. Yeah, it was about 2 or 3 yards, yeah. But it was clear enough, I suppose. But yeah, I'm surprised they gave it as well. Anyway, Victoria Pelova now. See, Chelsea look bang up for this game. They're not giving us time to settle on the ball. It was Niamh Charles there, got a foot in and took the ball off of Victoria Pelova. And that's what Chelsea have done pretty well in these opening 11 and a half minutes. Sophie Ingle plays it forward there, comes out to this near side, looking for Lauren James. But that's a poor ball from Guru Wright, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Virginia says, we look like we finally got the offside working. Yeah, we did look like we finally got the offside working. Stina just closed that goal kick down, actually, there from the goalkeeper, and it almost led to a chance for Arsenal. But anyway, let's see how the game progresses. Chelsea coming forward again over on that far side with Lauren James, Lotte Wubben-Moy across. Those two know each other pretty well from England, don't they? But Lauren James has gone past her there, but Lotte was really strong and takes the ball off. A great defending again from Lotte. She's had a great start to this game. Not a great ball forward. Oh, a mistake from Chelsea. Caitlin falls onto it. We've got a breakaway. It's 2-on-2. Caitlin Ford plays it through to Stina over on that far side. Stina takes the touch. Oh, good save. Oh, what a big moment that may well have been in this game. What a move that was. Caitlin Ford at the heart of it again. Every time she makes a save, Katrin Berger, she goes down injured. She's not fit. Why on earth is she playing? It was a good save again, but lovely play there. Lovely move. Ball played through there to Stina. She took a touch. Maybe that touch just a little bit too far ahead of her. And that maybe gave the goalkeeper the opportunity there to make the save. It was a decent save. Kind of save you'd probably expect her to make, actually. Bongo Guna says, indeed, yeah, very close there. Terry says, Lotte Wubben-Moy made James look like Tom Daly. Yeah, she was really good defending again. And what a counter-attack that was. It was a mistake in the middle of the pitch from Chelsea. I think it was Erin Cuthbert. Caitlin Ford was straight onto it, and suddenly we had a 2-on-2, and we got the opportunity there. We've had two opportunities on a counter-attack in this game already, and that's a good sign, isn't it? But Chelsea coming forward again It's Pernilla Harder on this near side, plays across into the edge of the 6-yard box. Jem Beattie's there, super Jem Beattie, clears it away. It's going to be a throw to Chelsea. But yeah, it's been a good start from Arsenal, certainly in terms of shape. We've got a good shape, and you can see we're setting out to play on a counter-attack, and it's twice we've caused them some issues, and I think there's going to be a lot more of that will come in this game. Lauren James, though, plays it back out to Neve Charles. Cross comes in from this near side, headed away by Lotte Wubben-Moy, only as far as Erin Cuthbert's shot. Again, it hits Sam Kerr. She's getting in the way of her own players' shots at the minute, which is quite good. She's doing a good defensive job for us. Anyway, Arsenal again struggling to get the ball clear. Sophie Ingle now plays it forward again to Guru Wrighton. Now it's with Lauren James on this near side. Neve Charles finds Sophie Ingle. Chelsea knocking the ball around on the edge of the Arsenal penalty. Lauren James now plays out to that far side. The cross is going to come in towards the edge of the penalty area. It finds Erin Cuthbert, but she has to lay it off to Sophie Ingle. Arsenal getting a good defensive shape, but Chelsea looking to try to pull us apart here. But Lauren James plays it back to Majelda. She finds Magdalena Eriksson, pings the ball up this near side. A good take there from Neve Charles, but Noel Moritz is on there quickly, puts it out for a throw to Chelsea. It's been a difficult start, but Arsenal are certainly up for this game. You can see we've got a very, very good shape. We set ourselves up really well. And it's a throw now, though, to Chelsea. Neve Charles takes it on this near side towards the near post. It's flicked on, but it's gone behind. It is going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. We've played 15 minutes here at Kingsmeadow. Arsenal holding on pretty well at the moment, defending well, and looking pretty dangerous on the counter-attack. We're attacking with pace when we get the opportunity. Caitlin Ford's been key to this play so far, our attacking play certainly. Hafaya Souza's header away there. And Stina Blackstenius battling for the ball with Sophie Ingle, but it does fall to a Chelsea player. It was Eve Perisset, and she plays it back to Eriksson. And now it's up this near side. Neve Charles, nice little 1-2 there in midfield with Sophie Ingle. Plays the ball up this near side, looking for Sam Kerr, but Lotte Wubben-Moy's there. Finds Noel Moritz, gives it back to Lotte again, who chips it up the line, looking for Katarina Kohl, but that's a poor flick there. Sophie Ingle picks it up, it's played in. Good defending from Super Jem Beattie. Manages to get the ball back to Manu Zinsberger, keeps it in as well. And she can pick the ball up. And Arsenal have survived another attack. 16 minutes played, still 0-0. Of course, it finished 0-0 here last season, didn't it, if you remember? Chances at both ends in that game as well, wasn't there? And Arsenal maybe unfortunate not to have won. And there was that penalty shout right in, wasn't there, when Leah Williamson's handball. But we certainly didn't deserve to lose that game. Good play that was there from Katarina Kohl on this near side. Nice ball as well to Frida Marnham, who's been quiet from an attacking sense because she's been sitting a little bit deeper and she just lost the ball. And Chelsea coming forward again with Lauren James, finds Sam Kerr on that near side, but that was a poor ball across the box. And Manu Zinsberger is able to grab that comfortably. Katie McCabe now over on that far side. It's certainly a fast-paced game, isn't it? There's no let-up. Chelsea are relentless in their attacking play, and Arsenal at times look stretched defensively, but we look as though we're holding on pretty well. Lotte Wubben-Moy is playing well. And that ball there from Sam Kerr was poor, and Manu Zinsberger was able to collect it quite comfortably. Anyway, the ball's now back with the Chelsea back four. Magdalena Eriksson, the captain, plays the ball out to that far side to Majelda, gets it back again. Eriksson pops it into midfield. Sophie Ingle, the Welsh captain, does well, just gives it back to Eriksson. Chelsea trying to play it forward now into Guru Wrighton. She gets the ball out to this near side, looking for Neve Charles. She's not going to keep it in. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. WSL Conference says James is not ready to be a starter for England yet. No, potentially not. But then you've got to ask yourself, who else have we got really in that sort of position? We don't have many options now, do we, with Beth out? She's certainly an option in there. She needs to improve her final decision making. Anyway, after coming forward now, Katie McCabe over on that far side. Just the ball just didn't quite run for her there. Took the momentum out of that attack as well. And in the end, it's gone back to Super Jem Beattie and Hafaya Souza just exchanging passes. And now it's back with Manu Zinsberger. Arsenal settled now. In possession, we've looked pretty decent generally. And we've got a throw now on this near side. WSL Conference says Chloe Kelly. Oh, yeah, Chloe Kelly is an option as well. she's quite inconsistent as well, though, isn't she, Chloe Kelly? And she's probably the number one choice. Of course she is, because she's got extra experience. You know, she played in the Euros and whatnot. So, yeah, I think Lauren James has got a big future ahead of her, but she just needs to work on one or two little aspects of her play, doesn't she? She could be a really important player for England at the World Cup, coming off the bench or whatever. So let's see. We're going to need everybody we can get, don't we, at the minute, with the injuries that we've got. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward now with Pernilla Harder trying to get a shot on the edge of the box. She's held up, though, and goes out to that far side. Eve Perisset, the French defender. And Chelsea just managed to keep possession. It's now back inside the centre circle with Magdalena Eriksson. Plays it to this near side to Niamh Charles. Niamh Charles coming forward, finds Guru Wrighton. Good defensive shape this from Arsenal. Without possession of the ball, clearly we've worked on this. And so far it's good because we're denying Chelsea too much space. And we've got pretty much everyone behind the ball when we're defending. It's difficult for Chelsea to break us through. Erin Cuthbert, though, now looking to get the ball wide to this near side to Niamh Charles, puts a cross low into the penalty area, and it's cleared away by Frida Marnham. In fact, the flag was up, I think, for offside anyway. Frida Marnham just having to do a little bit more of a disciplined job today in that midfield for Arsenal. She's sitting deeper. She's not making those forward bursts. She's obviously been told that she's got to sit a little bit deeper. And it's working so far, but it's taken a little bit out of her attacking play, isn't it? But that's to be expected. You know, you've got to do a job for your team, and that's what she's doing. Anyway, Caitlin Ford, who's having a great start to this game. Again, she does really well. Plays the ball forward to Stina. Oh, a little bit of a loose touch there from Stina, but Arsenal do pick up possession again with Lotta Wubben-Moy. Plays the ball over the top, looking for Stina this time. That's a much better touch. Finds Katarina Cole. A little bit of space for Katarina Cole. Plays the ball through. Oh, didn't quite get it right. There was Ford and Stina Blackstenius ahead of her, and the ball went in between the two, and it ran through to Anne-Catherine Berger, but Catherine Cole's got the ball again. Victoria Pelova, those two exchange passes. Pelova now to Arsenal trying to find a little bit of possession in the Chelsea half, which is what we needed to do. We've not had too much, have we, so far, these opening 20 minutes? But it is still 0-0, and Chelsea haven't really created an awful lot, have they? There was an offside goal, which was clearly offside. And that other shot, which was offside as well, actually, from Pernilla Harder. Anyway, looked as though Arsenal were going to get a breakaway there, but it's a free kick conceded by Stina Blackstenius for a foul on Lauren James. And they was just going for the ball, and yeah, it was after she'd headed the ball. Stina had made the move already to make the challenge. She couldn't really pull out of it at that point, and she crashed into Lauren James. It is a free kick to Chelsea, coming up towards a midway point in this first half. It's been a very tactical game so far. Arsenal quite happy to let Chelsea have the ball and try to look at those counter-attacks. Anyway, Eve Perisset with this free kick for Chelsea goes long to the edge of the Arsenal penalty, headed out by Jem Beattie, but it only falls to Guru Wrighton on his near side. Guru Wrighton puts a cross in. Good header that time from Lotta Wubben-Moy again, but only as far as Niamh Charles again. The cross comes in, but Arsenal do clear that one. And the cross comes in again towards that far post. A shot. Chelsea have scored. It's Guru Wrighton. Arsenal looked like they'd cleared the ball. It came back in again from that far side. Guru Wrighton had some space, too much space. First time shot. And Chelsea have scored. I wouldn't say it's been coming. They've had more possession. Just for a moment there, we switched off defensively midway through the first half. As happened in the FA Cup tie, Chelsea have got the lead with their first proper shot on target. The ball played over that far side. Yeah, she was onside. Terrible defending from Arsenal. Decent finish at full stretch across the goalkeeper. And Chelsea lead, not the start that we wanted. But we came from behind in the Continental Cup final. There's no reason to suggest we can't do the same again. Poor defending. It was Noel Moritz actually got dragged in by Sam Kerr. And at full stretch, Guru Wrighton was able to direct that ball into the bottom corner. LG says it's always bound to happen. Well, it's not always bound to happen. We're still in this game. Terry says, my problem with James, when she's not going all on her own, she just goes missing. Yeah, she does sometimes, but she's got quality. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, Chelsea are leading 1-0, not what we wanted. 22 minutes played. We were just saying how well defensively we'd looked, and then not so much switch off. We just wasn't quite concentrated, were we, just for a couple of seconds. Vijay says, this ref looks very good. It's good. She's tall. I don't see what height really makes a difference. But anyway, she's done all right so far, the ref, I suppose, for considering some of the refs that we've seen. I mean, we've obviously seen this ref quite a lot. Steve says, hit the like button. I shouldn't have yet. 4 seconds later, they score. Yeah, well, we need to hit it now so we can score, because there's not enough likes. That's why we're losing, quite obviously. So we just need to, everybody start liking it, and then we'll get back into this game. Because we have had a couple of chances, and Chelsea are making mistakes as well. They just gave the ball away on that far side. It's a throw to Arsenal, but Stina slipped as she was looking to go and retrieve that ball. But again, Chelsea, not a great ball forward. Jem Beach is there, and Arsenal pick up possession. We just need to recover ourselves. 1 goal's not the end of the world, is it? It's not ideal, of course not, but it's not the end of the world. We've still got plenty of time to get back into this game. And I say we showed in the Continental Cup final, didn't we, that we can't come from behind against this team, and we need to do it again today, don't we? Anyway, Jem Beacher on that far side plays the ball up. That's a good ball. Caitlin Ford now plays the ball back again to Rafaela Souza, and Jem Beacher again. And now it's back to goalkeeper Manu Zinsberg, almost playing as an extra defender when we're knocking the ball around there. Now it comes up this near side to Noel Moritz. She just got maybe distracted by Sam Kerr, got sucked in and left a big, massive space behind her, and Guru Wright was able to take advantage of that. Well, that's a poor ball from Katarina Kuhl, actually gives it away. Chelsea coming forward again. The ball's played through to Sam Kerr, but she's offside again. Arsenal keeping a decent line for the most part. And again, Sam Kerr was caught offside, but we need to watch that, though. It's only going to take one, isn't it? She was offside, but it's only going to take one, and then Sam Kerr's in, and we know how dangerous she is in those sort of positions. So we just need to watch for that, don't we? That ball played forward, though, aimlessly for Arsenal. It's picked up by Magdalena Eriksson. And Arsenal just need to get our composure again. We need to recover from that goal and see if we can find a way back, which we've done loads of times this season. We were 2-0 down in Wolfsburg, if you remember. Oh, that was a bad kick there from Berger under pressure. And Arsenal got a throw on this near side. That's what we need to do, put them under pressure. And then we'll see what happens. Chelsea will be 5 points clear, but of course, Man U will be playing later on this evening against Manchester City, the Manchester Derby, this Derby day in the WSL today. And so far, this one is going the way of Manchester. Well, it's going the way of Chelsea, sorry, and the Manchester Derby later. Anyway, Noel Moritz on this near side. We'll still be 3 points ahead of Man City, although they will have a game in hand, that one against Man City. So we've still got a slight advantage. We've got a better goal. Anyway, Stina now coming forward for Arsenal. Stina on the edge of the box. She finds Frida Marnham. Can she get it out of her feet? Oh, it's a good save, is it? Oh, double save from Katarina Berger. Keeps the ball. That's back into the box again. Oh, that was so close to the equaliser. And Frida Marnham it was. She managed to get the ball out of her feet. Took a shot. Berger saved it, pushed it up in the air. It was going to drop in, actually. Caitlin Ford was coming in. She just managed to claw it away. It was going to just drop under that crossbar. And that's our best chance of this first half. Very, very close to the equaliser there. Archduke of Austria says, Barcelona have just lost and their 64-game unbeaten run in the league is over. Good afternoon. Well, it is a good afternoon to hear that Barcelona have lost. We do like to hear that. Benedict says there, Chelsea won't look back after that lead. Yeah, well, I bet you said that in the cup final as well, when Chelsea were 1-0 up and we came back and won. So, it's a lot of time left, yeah, a lot of time left. Terry says, if you're a Chelsea fan, hit those likes up for great conversation. Yeah, give us a like if you're a Chelsea fan as well, even though we want you to lose. Steve says there, it's back, not forwards. Kalisha says, shout out to you, the host of today's live broadcast show for the WSL for the ladies in red and white. Team Arsenal, indeed, Team Arsenal, yeah. We got Andreas in the chat. Andreas, good to see it, my friend. He says, hi, everybody. Doesn't look good so far. This Chelsea pressing killing us. We nearly can't pass the ball through the midfield. No, but we've had a couple of chances on the counter-attack, haven't we? And I think that we just had a big chance there, didn't we? So I'm not getting too concerned quite yet. So there's a long way to go. Loki says there, Cool looks better every game. Yeah, she still makes mistakes. Of course, she's a young player. But they're just showing that chance there from Frida. Managed to get the ball out of her feet. The shot was quite straight, but actually it was going to go in. And that second save actually is really, really good from Catherine Berger. But Chelsea now on a counter-attack. Sam Kerr tries to get it in at the near post, and it's a good save this time from Manu Zinsberger with her legs. And it remains at 1-0. We've played 28 and a half minutes. Kanisha says, greetings to each and everyone tuning in for today's live football matchup. Yeah, indeed. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And hopefully Arsenal can turn this game around, but we know it's not going to be easy. It's a corner currently to Chelsea on this near side. And Arsenal have got a little bit more defending to do. And we need to defend as well, because our 2-0 lead would probably be a little bit too much for us to come back from. It's important that we do score at the next goal. Anyway, this corner from Eve Perisset. She's got a decent delivery there with her right foot towards the far post. The header comes in from Sam Kerr, but it's gone wide. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. We've played nearly half an hour at Kingsmeadow, and Arsenal are behind. We've got it all to do. And let's see, Steve says there, who beat Barcelona? I'm not sure. I'm sure Archduke of Austria can let us know, because he's been watching the game, I'm assuming. And they've lost finally. 64 games. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? Anyway, next season, I think we're going to give, if we play Barcelona in Champions League next season, I think we'll give them a game. Terry says, Andreas, good to hear from you. I hope you're enjoying a rest from traveling the world. Yeah, he's not come over for this game, but he's done his share this season. There's no doubt about that. Absolutely fantastic. Arsenal coming forward again on this near side with Noel Moritz, plays the ball in to Victoria Pelova. We can do with her getting forward a little bit more. Nice play from her. Finds Katie McCabe. She was pushed over there by Lauren James, and it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Very central. It's quite a way out, and probably too far out to score, but who knows? But it is definitely a free kick to Arsenal there. Katie McCabe, Lauren James pushed her in the back, and then she was complaining about it not being a foul. Well, I'm sorry, Lauren, but you push a player in the back, it's going to be a foul. Andrea says, Stina's chance. If we make the early 1-0, this might have changed the match. But now it's extremely difficult to come into the match. Well, it is. LG says Madrid CFF, not Real Madrid, to Barcelona. Well, oh, okay, it was Madrid that beat him. We've got a free kick here, and we've got a good opportunity to try and put some more pressure on that Chelsea defence and test Catherine Berger again. She's already had to make a double save from Frida Marnham. Rafaela's in there. We know how dangerous she is from set pieces. It looks too far out for a shot, but you've got a feeling Frida might fancy a shot here. She goes for it. Frida! Oh, a good save again. It was going in the top corner, actually, but it was so far out. It was always going to take something special to beat the goalkeeper from there. It was on target, but you'd expect a goalkeeper to save that. It's so far out. By the time it reaches the goal, it's slowed down, and a pretty comfortable save. But at least we're forcing the Chelsea goalkeeper into saves, and that's a good sign. Certainly since the goal, we've had 2 chances now. Terry says, and Bongo Guna says, ooh, indeed, yeah, it was a good free kick, but a little bit too far out, really. It's going to be something special, isn't it, to score from there. Again, Berger under pressure has made a mistake. It's an open goal. The chip comes in from Victoria Pelova, but she was too far out. It's cleared off the line comfortably there by Eve Perisset. From Magelda, sorry. And Berger's gone down injured again. She must be the most injured player ever. Every time she kicks the ball. Maybe her ankle was caught there. It was Caitlin Ford, I think it was, put her under pressure. And Victoria Pelova tried to chip it. I mean, it was on target, but it was a comfortable clearance in the end from Chelsea. But she's done it a couple of times, Berger, hasn't she? She's made some... put her under pressure when she's got the ball at her feet, and she's making mistakes. And we've nearly capitalised a couple of times. And we need to keep doing that, and hopefully we can get some more opportunities. It was Caitlin Ford put her under pressure on that particular occasion. That kick's gone long though. Lots of Wubermoy with a headed clearance, but Chelsea again are picking up the second ball in midfield. Now it's with Erin Cuthbert. Bongo says this Berger needs to come off. Well, she won't do. She does this every game. Terry says the first time the keeper didn't go down injured after a save. Yeah, usually she does. Anyway, that ball's played up this near side, looking for Penella Harder. Puts a cross in, but it's a good save there from Manu Zinsberg on the edge of the 6-yard box. Guru right. It was just caught maybe after the ball there when she played it through. The referee wasn't giving anything there, and Katie McCabe can bring the ball forward for Arsenal over on that far side. Arsenal's left. Katie McCabe plays it up the line. Caitlin Ford, she's onside, is she? Goalkeeper's out. Oh, and she just got there ahead of Caitlin Ford. See, she can move quickly when she wants to, the goalkeeper for Chelsea. And then she'll spend the next 10 minutes probably rolling around on the floor. But that's the way she plays the game. And that was a decent save there, actually. She had to come out quickly. Otherwise, Caitlin Ford could have been in some space down that far side. And Arsenal are actually doing okay now. We're doing okay. I'm not that worried at the moment. Yes, we're 1-0 down, but we've had one or two good moments. And you can see us scoring in this game, certainly. And whether it will be enough to get us anything out of this game, we'll have to wait and see. But Guru Wrighton was caught there by Lotte Wubben-Moy after the ball earlier incident. The referee didn't give a free kick and Chelsea's chance went, and Arsenal have just conceded a throw rather sloppily over on this near side. And we need to... Sam Kerr, she got a yellow card. I'm not quite sure what she got a yellow card for, but Sam Kerr's got a yellow card. So let's rattle her up a little bit and see if we can get her sent off. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, Niamh Charles with his throw to the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Too much space there for Pernilla Harder, but Frida Marnham steps in. But Chelsea have won the ball back again. Lauren James just plays it back to Magdalena Eriksson. Now it's up this near side to Niamh Charles again. Puts a cross in. Not a bad ball. Not really a great clearance that was there from Rafaela Souza, but she's going to get a second opportunity now. In fact, it was offside anyway. And Guru Wrighton's gone down again. Another kick from Lotte Wubben-Moy, who seems to be looking to kick Guru Wrighton out every opportunity. Lotte Wubben-Moy now in possession up this near side, plays the ball to Noel Moritz. Got a lot of space ahead of her, Noel Moritz, but she plays the ball back infield to Victoria Plover. She's got a little bit of space now as well. And again, it's with Noel Moritz on this near side. This is good from Arsenal, keeping some possession in the Chelsea half. Lotte Wubben-Moy put under pressure from Guru Wrighton, keeps it well, finds Stina Blackstenius. She turns away there from Eriksson. The two Swedes, of course, know each other very, very well. And here we go anyway. Arsenal coming forward again. Katie McCabe on that far side, a cross in towards the 6-yard box, but it's overhit. In fact, it comes all the way to Noel Moritz on this near side, puts a cross back in again. Oh, a rather hurried clearance there from Eriksson. It's a throw to Arsenal, but that's much better from Arsenal there. Terry says, well done, ref, for not taking Kerr's bit. Or was it back chat? Was it good? I'm glad. Well done, ref, yeah. LG says, the difference is Chelsea only need one chance and bang. Yeah, they tend to, but we're still in this game and we're playing okay. 35 minutes played. It is Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0, but we're coming forward now. We've got a throw on this near side, right by the corner flag. It's Noel Moritz going to take this, throws it in, and it's going to be another throw in exactly the same position for Arsenal. Noel Moritz again, and it's offside. The ball comes back to her there off Katarina Corner. She's offside, Noel Moritz. That was a shame. But that was a nice attack there just before. And in the end, it didn't come to anything. But again, we're showing some nice stuff when we've got the ball. We just need to keep playing the way that we are. And I'm sure we'll create a couple more chances. And who knows? It only takes one, doesn't it? It only takes one. And then we can get ourselves back into this game. Frida Marnham's had our best chance. And Stina as well had one, didn't she? Just before. But anyway, it's going to be a throw on this near side. To Arsenal. Steve says, is this Chelsea best side? Anyone out? Well, Millie Bright's out, isn't she? That's the main one. Other than that, no, it's pretty much their strongest team, isn't it? When they've got their full squad pretty much available, haven't they? Apart from Millie Bright. Millie Bright's a big loss. Of course she is. She's their best defender. She's England's probably best defender as well. Let's hope she's going to be fit for the World Cup. There's some positive news coming that she may well be, which is good, isn't it? But without playing competitive football for all these weeks at the end of the season, it's going to be tough, isn't it, coming into a World Cup on the back of very little competitive football. So let's see that hopefully she'll be fine, because we're certainly going to need her in the World Cup, aren't we? But it's good that she's not playing today. It gives us a bit more opportunity. Lauren James on this near side, running at Lotte Wubben-Moy, gets the cross in, all the way across the goal. Nobody's there, though, for Chelsea, thankfully. And Arsenal can get the ball away now with Katie McCabe over on the far side. Head plays it up towards Stina, does well. Stina tried to play it infield to Victoria Palova, but again, it's a Chelsea player there. It was Erin Cuthbert. And Chelsea have picked up possession again. The pressing is working well for Chelsea, really. But Arsenal are keeping themselves in the game. Frida Marnham does well there in midfield. Now she finds Victoria Palova. She needs some support. Has to go back. That's not a great ball. And Lauren James can pick it up. Arsenal just struggling in midfield, as we kind of thought that they might. in the circumstances with the players that we've got missing. The ball played through there, looking for the run there of Pernilla Harder, but the ball goes back into Manu Zinsberger. Bongo Guna says there, we're giving the ball away a lot. Yes, we are. We are giving it away a lot. We're being put under pressure. That's why they're pressing us really high up the pitch, Chelsea. And that's why. But, yeah, we need to improve that side of our game if we're going to find a way to win this. We've just lost the ball again. But, Katarina Cole lost it and then did well to win it back. And now Frida Marnham can bring it forward in midfield. But, again, Chelsea win the tackle there. And it's a free kick now over on that far side. Katie McCabe gave it away. Terry says there, Jonas looks like he works in a garden centre. He is today. But he's got his big game hair on, which I like. But so far, it hasn't really worked for Arsenal. We're still 1-0 down. But the important thing is that we keep ourselves in the game. And that's what we need to do and not concede a second goal before half time. But we've got a free kick to defend here. It's going to be Eve Perisset with it again. And we know her deliveries generally are pretty good. This one goes towards the near post, headed out there by Rafaela Souza. But it's picked up here by Pernilla Harder. That cross towards the edge of the 6-yard box. A dangerous ball. Surely that was a foul. But the ball's run through to Manu Zinsberger anyway. I mean, it looked like a foul, didn't it? But anyway, it wasn't given as a foul. And Chelsea now won the ball back again. And Arsenal struggling here. And then Caitlin Ford gives away another free kick. She's not going to be far off getting a yellow card, I would have thought, at this moment in time. But anyway, it's another free kick to Chelsea that we've got to defend. And hopefully we can see this through. It's 5 minutes till half time. And we certainly don't want to concede another goal before the break, do we? We need to at least keep it at 1-0. If we can't get level by half time, then we certainly need to keep it at 1-0, don't we? And then we've got this free kick here. If it looks like Guru Wrighton may well be taking it. In fact, it is Guru Wrighton towards that far post. Sam Kerr's header. And there, post finish. It's a goal. It is 2-0. It's Magdalena Eriksson. Sloppy defending again from Arsenal from that free kick. We said not to concede a second goal before half time. We have conceded a second goal before half time. And you've got to say that is probably that, if we are totally honest. The header from Sam Kerr, I think it was, and there was Eriksson unmarked inside, 2-3 yards out. Couldn't really miss the Chelsea captain, and not great defending there from Arsenal. The free kick comes in. It was Sam Kerr's header across the 6-yard box, and it is an easy finish from Eriksson to make it 2-0. Stina then maybe stood off Eriksson a little bit there. She just didn't, obviously she's not a defender, Stina, is she? So she didn't have a defender's head on. And it was headed down to Eriksson to score from close range. And really, you do feel as though that's it. This team have given so much for so long in such circumstances this season. But to come back from 2-0 down against Chelsea is probably going to be too much to ask of this team. But we did come back from 2-0 down against Wolfsburg, didn't we? So who knows? And certainly you have to say Wolfsburg are certainly as good as Chelsea, aren't they? I don't think there's much doubt about that. Anyway, the ball's over on that far side. Perisset again plays it in to Guru Wrighton. And the last thing we want to do is concede another one before half time. But Sophie Ingles' pass there is too far. Bongo Guna says, feels like game over. It does, but it did at Wolfsburg as well, didn't it? LG said, I told you so, one chance, bang. I don't know why you're always in denial. Well, I'm not in denial. I mean, Chelsea are a very good side. But that was more about both Chelsea's goals have been poor defending from Arsenal. And it's not so much about them being clinical. It's about poor defending, isn't it? Chelsea very rarely give us opportunities like that, do they? Clear opportunities like that. We don't get them. No one really does against Chelsea. And that's the difference, isn't it? You know, if Chelsea defended as poorly as we did for those 2 goals, we'd have probably scored 2 as well. And it's not just about Chelsea being clinical. Yes, they are more clinical than us. Of course they are. But it's about how poorly we've defended both of those 2 situations. Really poor defending. And that's what's conceded the goals. Not about them. Yes, they've got to take the chances as well. But let's face it, that second one, you know, I could have scored it because, you know, 2 yards out, you're not going to miss, are you? Loki says poor. Yeah, it is poor. Steve says because Arsenal got half a side out. Well, yeah, we've got half a side out as well. Chelsea coming forward again. Sam Kerr did a box. A shot comes in. Lots of Ruben Moy has been absolutely brilliant, actually. And Andreas says that was poor defending. Yeah, it was really poor defending. And that's been our issue here, unfortunately, today. Yes, we've been overrun a little bit in midfield. There's no doubt about that. But we've been very, very poor for the 2 goals defensively. And Jonas will be absolutely angry with the defending now, I'm sure. You can't afford to give Chelsea goals like that. There's an offside over on that far side. In the last 90 seconds of the first half, Arsenal have got a free kick. Lauren James was offside. And if we can find a goal in Wolfsburg, we scored right on half time, didn't we? And it made a massive difference. Can we do it again? LG says they're always involved one way or the other at a scourge of Arsenal. Yeah, well, she's a great player, isn't she? As much as we don't really like her, particularly, she tends to be involved against most teams, let's be honest. But yeah, she's caused us problems over the years. Anyway, lots of Ruben Moyes ball forward to Katarina Call. She's been a bit out-muscled in the midfield, Katarina Call, in this first half. That's been a big problem. And Victoria Palova there, though, she's a little bit tougher, isn't she, Victoria there? And now Stina, can she get the ball? Surely that's a foul, ref. But anyway, we picked up the ball with Caitlin Ford and then had it taken off her by Sophie Ingle. Chelsea have been just a little bit too good. Sam Kerr, a lot of space, but she's fired that wide. And I think it might have well been a foul, actually, you have to say, in the build-up to that goal. But anyway, it wasn't given. Andrea says, perfect header from Kerr, but what did Stina and Manu do against Magdalena Eriksson? Just watching how to score a goal. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's you feel, don't you, that if Sabrina D'Angelo was in goal, she would have probably come out there and just got that ball. And Manu's a little bit still uncertain, isn't she? Yeah, Stina's not a defender, and she wasn't thinking like a defender, was she? She let Magdalena Eriksson run off her. And that's what created the goal. Anyway, Lotte Wilburn Moy just got a yellow card. It's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Terry says, how was that not a foul on Stina? Well, I mean, it was a foul on Stina. Steve says there, let's see what Kerr does for her country. Well, quite often she does a lot for her country, doesn't she? There's been another foul here, and Arsenal are committing a few fouls. That was Katie McCabe again. She's maybe running the risk of a yellow card, isn't she, Katie McCabe? And the referee's going to have a word with her now. Hopefully it won't be a yellow card, but we'll see. In fact, it is going to be. She's reached into her pocket. It is going to be a yellow card for the Arsenal captain, Katie McCabe. Maybe not just for that foul. She's committed 1 or 2 others earlier on in the game. I think Caitlin falls on a bit of a tightrope as well when it comes to yellow cards. But Katie McCabe's got a yellow card there for Arsenal. And it is going to be a free kick to Chelsea. We'll have a bit more stoppage time now as well. It was a foul there. I mean, it's not. Is that a yellow card foul on its own? Probably not. I don't know, actually. Yeah, she's gone down the back of her Achilles. Maybe that was a yellow card. Jonas is looking concerned on the bench there. Is he going to come up with some master plan in the second half? Steve says there, does nothing when Australia need her. We'll see her here in Australia. Yeah, well, I suppose you'd know more about the Australian team than we would. She always seems to score goals. We've got Sir Enzo Fernandez. Oh, good to see you. I'm glad you've taken the time out from your busy schedule to join us. Such an easy game, not on Chelsea's level. Well, we've got a lot of players missing. We've got half our team out. So, let's we've got to take that into account. It's not, yes, Chelsea are a good side. If we had our full team out, would this be a different game? Possibly, because we did beat you in the cup final, didn't we? So, and we should have beat you at the Emirates as well. But anyway, that's all in the past. This is all about now, and Chelsea are winning. We've played the 2 minutes of stoppage time, but there's going to be more stoppages now. Chelsea have got this free kick. Google right and chips it forward, but that's a poor ball. It's going to be a goal kick, and now it's just a matter of whatever the referee wants to add on at the end of this first half. Andrea says, if only we could react from the bench. Well, we've got 1 or 2 players on the bench. Lena, Jodie Taylor, Gio, Steph Catley, so we could maybe change our formation slightly. Anyway, LG says, European Champions League qualification is still in our hands, but I'm quite worried about Villa next week. They are a decent side as well. We'll try to make life difficult for us. Yeah, they will, but I think we'll beat Aston Villa at home. And that'll be enough, won't it, to get top 3, you would imagine, unless Man City score a shed load of goals against Man United today, which seems unlikely. Anyway, in fact, there goes the half. No, it's not going to half-time whistle yet. Manu Ginzburg's going to be able to take this kick. goes long, and Stina was beaten in the air by Eriksson, who's definitely got the better of her in this first half. But Frida Marnham now, can we find a goal right at the end of this first half? Could make a massive difference to the half-time team talk. Frida Marnham over on that far side, tries to go past Sophie Ingle. She's still got the ball. Can we get a corner? We can't. We're going to get a throw. In fact, there goes a half-time whistle at Kingsmeadow. It is at Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. And yeah, Chelsea deserve to be in front in that first half. There's no doubt about that. We've struggled at times to get a grip on the game, certainly in midfield. We've made 2 really poor defensive mistakes, which allowed Guru Wrighton and Magdalena Eriksson to score the goals for Chelsea. But we've had 1 or 2 moments ourselves. Frida Marnham had an effort which forced a double save from goalkeeper Berger. Stina had an effort as well, which produced a save from Berger. And in fact, you know, that's maybe the slight difference in this game, isn't it? Wayne says there, I'd love to see Chelsea with Kerr, Wright and James Harder, Cuthbert, all that. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Let's see what you'd see from Chelsea. Would you see the same Chelsea team? No, of course you wouldn't. And you're not seeing the same Arsenal team, are you? Without the players that we've got. So, yeah, exactly. Iwu says there, so what happens now is Chelsea winning the league if City draw or beat United? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Man United would have to win. Otherwise, Chelsea win the league, yeah. So we'll see what happens later on in that game, I suppose. But we're not too concerned about that. At the minute, we just want to try and see Arsenal turn this around in the second half and try and get back into the game. The next goal is massive, isn't it? If we get it, then I'll fancy we might be able to get something from this game. But if Chelsea get a third goal, obviously it is all over. And we haven't scored on this ground, as we said, for quite some time now. Andrea says, to be honest, I'm looking on our goal difference now. We shouldn't concede more goals to keep our advantage. As I said on Friday, I'll be the biggest United fan tonight for about 95 minutes. Well, let's see what happens in the second half of this game first. Yes, it would be nice now. If we lose this game, we could do with Man United doing us a favour, couldn't we? But let's see what happens in the second half. You never know. We've come back from difficult situations before, haven't we? And I'm sure we can do it again. But we need to obviously be better than we were in that first half, certainly defensively. Chantal says there, Terry Good doesn't matter as long as they are winning games. Well, yeah, that's true, I suppose. Terry said, because Terry said there, Chelsea ain't that good. They only have really bright missing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is their full team, isn't it? LG says there, Zinsberger's inability to command her box, especially in the air, is costing us. She should have dealt with a second goal. Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. She should have done. I agree, 100%. And Sabrina D'Angelo does that really well. And it's a big call, isn't it, that he's got to make, Jonas. It would have been a big call, wouldn't it, to leave Manu Zinsberger out of this game. But, you know, looking back now, obviously hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? Would that have been the better option in a game like this? We'll have to see. Wade says, can't stand Emma Hayes since we won the cup. And she said it's their week. Their week in their post match. Well, yeah, she sort of said, didn't she, that it meant more to us because we haven't won anything. It's like, hang on a minute, Emma. Arsenal are the most successful women's team in the history of women's football, so don't start all that. It says that obviously Arsenal is weak. Well, we've got a weaker team because we've got so many injuries. Steve says there, yeah, sore loser that day. She was. Yeah, she was. She's always a sore loser. She is. But then, you know, I suppose you've got to look at it really. Anyone who likes losing is a loser, aren't they? So I don't want to see any of our team or our manager like losing. You don't want anyone to like losing, do you? But yeah, she needed to show a little bit more class, maybe sometimes, doesn't she, in those circumstances? But anyway, no doubt she'll be happy with the way this game's gone. But we'll see, because it is only half time and we have come back from worse situations than this. I do think the wind's played a part, actually. So maybe it might help us in the second half, maybe, who knows. I'm just trying to look for some sort of positive, really, to click onto, because it's not looking great, is it? Let's be honest, we know that. But anyway, let's see what happens. Tom says there, the girls have never given up despite all the adversity. The guys need to turn. 100%. I mean, you see, I've always said this, Tom, that, you know, winning and losing isn't the only thing that matters. Yes, it's important, massively important. And for a club like Arsenal, we need to be winning trophies and challenging and doing well. Of course we do. But what we want to see as fans is we just want to see a team that's going to give everything that they've got. And if everything that they've got isn't good enough, then we can hold our hands up and say, look, fair enough. That's the way it is. And with the women's team this season in particular, I don't think I've ever seen a game and I've come away thinking they haven't given everything. Even the games that we've lost, you thought they've given everything out there. And that's all you can ask for, isn't it? And with the men, I don't feel as though that's been the case always. And I don't feel as though they've got that right mentality. And you're right. They need to, you know, I heard Jonas in his pre-match press conference for this game, and he was saying about, you know, he was asked about the injury problems. You know, Arteta's gone, you know, and a lot of Arsenal fans have gone moaning about one player being missing in William Saliba, and we can't cope. How on earth would Arteta have coped if 5 of his main first team players were injured at the same time? How would he cope? He wouldn't. We wouldn't win a game. We wouldn't win a game. We'd be mid-table, because his attitude is he doesn't know what to do. Jonas was saying that sometimes what you've got to do, you've got to look at the players that you've got and you've got to try different systems to get the best out of what you've got available. And that's one thing Arteta has never been able to do. So he could learn a lot from Jonas, and I think he needs to learn a lot from Jonas, really. And yes, you know, people say, oh, you're losing this game. Yeah, we're losing this game. We're playing, you know, it's like, you know, when Arsenal played Man City the other week, we had virtually our full team apart from Saliba, and we were absolutely destroyed. We didn't show any heart and desire. And yes, Chelsea are beating us fairly comfortably in this game, but at least we've, you know, at least we're playing with heart. You can see it. You can see the difference. It's ridiculous. Sandro says, the Arsenal fans always talking trash about Emma Hayes. Get over. Well, she needs to get over us because she's still salty that she never got the job at Arsenal when she was there as a coach. So it's her that needs to get over it. Iwu says there, common mate, she said the truth that day. It was actually Arsenal's week that day. Go watch highlights. Well, no, it was. And everybody gets good days and bad days, don't they? But she could have given us a little bit more credit for the way we played that day because we played really well. Andreas says, Jonas, please make a change in goal for next season. Stubbs has to be our number one. I agree with that. Again and again, we can see because Manu stays on the line and is not controlling a 6-yard box. Yeah, 100% agree with you. I've been saying this for a while. I think Sabrina's come in, and I think she's come in to be number one next season. And I hope that's what happens because I think she's the better goalkeeper. James says, Emma is living in everyone's head rent-free in England. That's why people despise her. Well, it's not. The reason why people don't like her is because of her overall demeanour and some of the things that she says and the lack of credit she gives to everybody else. And that's why people don't like her, which is down to her. But because she's successful, obviously she's in the news a lot, isn't she? She's spoken about a lot because she's successful, and that's the reason. And I just think she needs to show a little bit more. She needs to listen to what she says at times because she comes across as very salty, and she hates Arsenal clearly because she's about not getting the job, and it's clearly that's what's behind it all. Regenda says, I'm disappointed that they didn't mark right at all. Well, we've had 2 poor goals. It says, you're a dreamer if you think Arsenal will come back in this game. Just pray Arsenal doesn't concede 5. No, we've got a chance. We've got a chance. Steve says there, go watch her speak after game, getting booed. Smart comment, yeah. Bongo says, but that has less to do with Arteta than the squad depth and quality. What concerns me is we have had... we spent a lot of money on the squad for a start off, and a lot of the players that we've brought in and Arteta's brought in, he doesn't use enough, does he? You know, Trossard's been on the bench a lot. Jorginho was on the bench a lot. He's not using those players, is he? And I do feel as though, yes, we don't have the depth, but Emil Smith-Rowe sits on the bench every week, doesn't play. He's a quality player. So that's an easy excuse to make. And I think Arteta is to blame for a lot of it, if I'm honest. Regenda says Chelsea have not had a season where they've won everything. No, they haven't, exactly. And they've not won in... How many Champions Leagues have Chelsea won, by the way? Because I don't seem to remember too many of them. I'm sure they must have won loads, mustn't they? Because they're such a good side. But anyway, let's see. It says there, James, just as lots of people despise Pep, The reason is because she wins a lot. Yeah, she wins a lot. I still don't think that's why people. It's certainly not why I despise her. I don't like her attitude, and I don't like the fact that she just shows Arsenal disrespect constantly. It always says there, with how things are going now in England, they might win in the next 2 seasons to come. No, Arsenal is a team to catch. Majandra says, Rich, we know you have an agenda to get rid of her. I don't have an agenda to get rid of her. So I don't. This is the thing, you see, people have said that, right? And I don't really care who Arsenal's manager is. If we're doing well and we've got a manager who you can clearly see has got the right attributes to take the club forward, I don't care who the manager is. This one doesn't have that. And I want one that does. Simple as that. Tom says, no class. I mean, absolutely, she's got no class whatsoever. James says, the power change has been imminent since the WSL. Well, you mean the extra money? Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Like it was with the Premier League. Terry says Chelsea do give teams enough chances to score against them without Bright. Probably why Salty Emma is going grey. Well, she's going grey because she's getting on a bit in age, ain't she? Iru says there, no chance, mate. You ain't coming back in this game unless you're watching a different game with me. Well, you see, anything's possible in football, isn't it? We were 2-0 down in Wolfsburg after 20 minutes, and no one thought we would have had a chance of getting anything back in that game. We got it back to 2-2. So, you know. And are Chelsea better than Wolfsburg? Probably not. Wolfsburg were in the final of the Champions League again. So ask yourself that. Tom says Smith Rowe, Vieira instead madness. Yeah, exactly. See, that is down to the manager. That's not down to lack of depth of squad, is it? That's down to the manager making wrong decisions. That's what that's down to. And it's not just that one time. It's constantly. Why was Tierney on the bench yesterday? I mean, we did a show about the game yesterday. I'm still annoyed about that, if I'm honest. Like, really annoyed about that. And I don't want to get annoyed again because I've kind of calmed down. Precious says there, how many Champions Leagues have Arsenal men won? Well, they haven't won any. They haven't won any at all. Absolutely not. But we're going to win it again before Chelsea do. Where are Chelsea in the league, in the Premier League this season? What are they, about 12th, are they, or something? That's great, isn't it? What a great season they're having. All that money they spend. Steve says, men not playing here. Exactly, the men aren't playing here. No, we need to get over that. Iru says, how many Champions League have Arsenal men won? Yeah, you see, but this is the women's game we're talking about, isn't it? The women's team. So there you go. The men's team is totally different. Terry says, same as Chelsea women. Exactly, yeah, same as Chelsea women. There you go. LG says, Salty Emma didn't get a winner's medal in the 2007. Well, that's probably why she's salty then, isn't it? Because she didn't get one, and she didn't deserve one either. Bongo Guna says, I think someone has to give her some love, and she will be a happier person. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, yeah. She does look as though she's, grumpy most of the time. But anyway, we'll see. Precious Charles says, talking about Champions League, no player in this Arsenal current squad has won it anyways. No, of course they haven't, because we won it in 2007. Actually, didn't Kim Little play? Kim Little played, didn't she, in that team? I'm sure she did. So Kim Little's won the Champions League. Obviously, she's injured at the minute, but she's in the squad. She's in our current squad. How many this current Chelsea squad of for Chelsea have won the Champions League? Actually, no. You say that. Noel Moritz has won the Champions League. I'm sure she has. In Germany with her German team before, because she played for Wolfsburg, didn't she? She's won the Champions League. So there you go. We've got 2 actually in our squad that's won the Champions League. So there you go. So it's not none, is it? It's 2. Didn't Manu Zinsberger win it? Oh no, she didn't know. Anyway, it always says there. Glad you said earlier on that you haven't scored here in lots of games. I know we haven't. No, it's just one of them grounds that we tend not to score in. But all runs like that come to an end, and let's hope the second half that does. Regina says, if you say the same with the women's team, then Jonas would be getting the same criticism. Well, if the women's team wasn't showing the same heart and desire and courage that they are, then yeah, I would be saying the same about Jonas. But Jonas is doing a really, really good job, isn't he, with what he's got at his disposal? You know, with the injuries that we've had, to have got to a semi-final of the Champions League, to look like we were on the brink of qualifying for the Champions League again, getting top 3. You know, being in the title race with 2 games to go, with all the injuries that we've had, our 5 best players all missing at the same time. You know, 2 or 3 of them for most of the season. It's remarkable what this team's done. You know, and it was remarkable what we did in the Champions League. So, you know, Jonas isn't going to get any criticism while he's doing stuff like that. If that changes, of course, that's the way it is, isn't it? Steve says 650 million, exactly, yeah. Tom says, I'm seething, normally positive, but that zapped me yesterday. Mate, it's been coming. It's been coming. I've been saying it all season. Even when we were top of the table in January with 50 points, I was still unconvinced that this team had enough about them to go on and win a league title. I don't think the team has. I don't think the manager has. And unfortunately, they've proved me right. And I didn't want them to. I wanted them to prove me wrong. I was desperate for that. But I'm not surprised by anything that's happened in the last 2 months. It says there, 13th, and you're finishing second for the first time in 100 years. And it was actually your best season, and yet you ended trophyless like Chelsea. Well, I wouldn't say I don't think it's our best season. Our best season was when we won the FA Cup in 2020. That was a better season. When we won the FA Cup before that, they were better seasons. We've won nothing this season, so it hasn't been our best season for ages. No, it hasn't. I disagree with that. It's been an average season overall because we've won nothing, and we've just achieved our minimum target, which was top 4. LG says Kim Little signed for Arsenal in 2008. Did she? I'm sure she was there before. I'm sure did she not play in that Champions League? Maybe not. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just seem to remember that she did. But then, 2008, she's been here a long time. Steve says, you're not very football educated to watch more. No, he's doing fine. Precious says Kim Little was not Arsenal. No, maybe not then. Okay, fair enough. She might not have been. I just might assume that she was. LG says Noam Rich won Champions League with Wolfsburg. Yeah, that's right. She did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Noam Rich definitely has. Yeah. I thought Kim Little may have been in our squad in 2007, but maybe not. But Jonas says if we had played Smith Rowe when he was wanted, he was injured, so I don't understand. Well, no, but Smith Rowe's been fit for ages, and we've needed him. We needed a goal yesterday, and he didn't bring him on, so that's no excuse. He was injured. He couldn't play because he was injured, but now he's fit and he's still not playing. So there's no excuse. It always says there, how can I be educated in football when I'm saying the truth? Plays. That's all you feel, mate, a pain. Yeah, well, yeah, we are feeling a bit of pain. You're absolutely right. I'm talking about players that have won it with Arsenal. Well, how many of these have won it with Chelsea? None. So you're exactly the same, aren't you? So what are you on about? At least we've got players in our squad who have won the Champions League. Terry says, if Salty is that good, why didn't she get the England job? Well, because Serena's better. That's why. Steve says 100 years. Your comments are 5-year-old. Come on, let's not be nasty to each other. Anyway, Katerina Call's gone off at half time. I'm not totally surprised by that. Steph Catley's come on. I think that's a wise decision by Jonas. You see, Jonas knows what he's doing. You see, he does stuff like that. Jonas says that Arteta has got the men's team to the Euro champion. We've got us to the Champions League, but we'll get knocked out. Iwu says there. Is your best season because you topped the league for 240 something days and you bought? It's not a best season, is it? A best season winning the league, not being top of the table in January and February. Makes no difference. That's not a good season, is it? Because the season's not finished. Regina says you will be right one day, as all things come to an end. All things do come to an end, yeah. Steve says, my point, exactly. Anyway, we're off and underway in the second half then. At Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. Can Arsenal find an incredible comeback? We've done it before. Can we do it again? Arsenal are taking a goal to our left in this second half. And Steph Catley is on for Katerina Call. I think it's going to mean stepping into midfield for Katie McCabe. Anyway, Frida Minor striding forward now. Surely she was fouled there, but the referee says no. And Chelsea get the ball away. And yeah, I think Katie McCabe may well have dropped into midfield, which is what I maybe thought we should have started anyway. I think Katerina Call lacks that experience. Anyway, we're coming forward now. Caitlin Ford plays up line 2. Stina Blackstenius holds it up and tries to go past the defender Eve Perisic there. But it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. We've made a bright start to this second half. Can we get a goal though? An early goal in this second half could make a massive, massive difference to this game, couldn't it? Really, really could. But we need to find something, don't we? And then who knows? Who knows? It only takes a second to score a goal, doesn't it? If we can get one, Chelsea might get a little bit nervy. And we've had a couple of opportunities already in this game, so there's no reason to think we can't come back into it. But yeah, we need to get the next goal. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And if we do, who knows? Arsenal are in possession over on that far side. That's how we've started pretty well in this second half. Katie McCabe pings the long ball forward to Caitlin Ford. Oh, she just couldn't quite take it in her stride. In fact, she's offside anyway. Oh, if she could have took that in her stride, then we may have had an opportunity, but in fact she was offside, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Loki says there, Arteta has favourites and is too stubborn for Arsenal's good, in my opinion. I 100% agree with you, mate. I 100% agree with you. He's too stubborn with players. He's too stubborn tactically. And yesterday, what was all them changes about? He's made hardly any changes all season. Yesterday, suddenly, he just throws all that out there. Like, what you doing, mate? What you doing? The only change we need to make is him walking out the door and never coming back. Iwu says there, wait, you want talking about qualifying for Champions League next season? This is interesting. Same league you haven't played for 7 solid years, and you clearly know the highest you could finish is a round of 6. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is where we'll finish. Yeah, I'd rather be in the Europa League because we've got a chance of winning that. Not with this manager we haven't, but anyway, also coming forward again. It's a bright start to the second half. Steph Catley on this near side. What's the delivery like to the far post? It's a good delivery. Header comes in. He's going to fall. Caitlin Ford. Oh, dearie me. We got in each other's way. Oh, that was a chance. Great cross from Steph Catley there from this near side. Lovely move again from Arsenal. We've really started the second half well. Steph Catley's cross. The header there from Victoria Pelova. And actually, I looked like Stina had got it away. She hadn't. It was just she was trying to bring the ball down. Just hit that, Caitlin. Just hit it first time. I actually didn't really fall for it, did it? But this is good stuff from Arsenal. I'm enjoying this. Andrea says, United has beaten us twice, cost us 2 ACLs. They owe us something. So come on, United, finally do it. Well, let's try and do something for ourselves and get a point in this game here. Uri says there, Arsenal, but you have never seen them win the league before. I've seen Arsenal win the league loads of times. Steve says he has poor subs. He has. Let's not talk about the men anymore. I'm annoyed about that. Let's enjoy this second half of this game because Arsenal started well, but Chelsea coming forward over on that far side. I think the change of shapes worked so far, but Chelsea are coming forward in a bit of space over on that far side for Pernilla Harder, but lots of Wilbermoy slips. Oh, good save from Manu Zinsberger at the near post. Lots of slip there. Looks like it was going to be important, but it wasn't because Manu Zinsberger's made a good save. Bongo says, what a waste. It was a waste of a chance there. Just lots of Wilbermoy slips, and then suddenly Harder's got a shot. It's a good save by Zinsberger at the near post, actually. A really good save. Made up for her earlier mistake, actually. Bongo Gruna says she channeled her inner Jesus. Yeah, maybe she did a little bit, yeah. Terry says it's still good to see out of Chelsea's 118-year existence. They have 20 years of history. Well, yeah, exactly. 20 years of history that was bought with dodgy Russian money. LG says at least we are showing some fight. Montemero's Arsenal would have folded. Yeah, no, you're probably right. We are showing some fight. Oh, and Katie McCabe heads that off the line. It was a header there from, I think it was Ericsson again. Katie McCabe on the post doing what you're meant to do on the post. Heads it away. It's going to be another corner, though. It was going wide, I think, actually. But anyway, I don't suppose you would have known that. It was actually Pernilla Harder's header. And Katie McCabe heads it away. It's going to be another corner, though, to Chelsea. But Arsenal started the second half well. But Chelsea suddenly now have had a couple of chances. It's going to be Guru right with this corner. In it goes to the far post. Good header away from Stina. And the second header from Lotta Wilbermoy. Now Stina's trying to get the ball clear. But Chelsea pick it up again. Oh, good play that was there from Katie McCabe. But suddenly there's a big space behind her. Sam Kerr plays the ball in the box. Oh, good defending there from Jem Beattie. It was a shot from Sophie Ingle, who did score, of course, in the FA Cup against us earlier this season. Wayne says Joe's Arsenal were the last ones to win the WSL. No, they were, yeah, exactly. They were the last ones to win it. Although I do feel that Jonas will win it. If we can, once everybody's fit and we get some new signings in, I do feel as though we he can win the WSL. I think we've shown enough to suggest that we can. Rajendra says Arsenal won more women's titles and cups than Chelsea. Of course we have. Yeah, Chelsea didn't win anything until, was it 2015 or something? So I don't know where they're even coming from, all these Chelsea fans. And Arsenal coming forward now. A slip there from Katie McCabe just as and a mistake there from Erin Cuthbert as well. And Katie McCabe steps in. A lot of missed kicks and slips over today, actually. I don't know if the pitch is that great. Anyway, it's going to be a throw to Chelsea over on that near side. Erin Cuthbert there. She completely miskicked. Actually, she just completely miskicked the ball. There was no excuse for that. It wasn't to do with the pitch. She just completely swipes and missed it. Anyway, the ball is now back with Berger, the Chelsea goalkeeper. Plays it out to that far side to Eve Perisset. Chips the ball over the top. Lotta Wilbermoy is there. Reads it well. Good play from her. Now Arsenal coming forward again. Victoria Pelova plays out that far side. Katie McCabe actually playing over on that right-hand side. Plays the ball forward to Victoria Pelova. She's done well. Can she get the cross in? Have we got enough bodies in the box? The ball played into their post. Oh, it's hit the bar. Caitlin Ford from 6 yards has hit the bar. And maybe that is the difference. They are the chances that Chelsea put in. Lovely play for Victoria Pelova. Great movement from Caitlin Ford. The defender in front of her completely missed the ball, Ericsson, and maybe came off her thigh, hit the top of the crossbar. That is, we're getting closer and closer, aren't we? You do feel as though there are goals in this second half for Arsenal. It's been a brilliant start. And that was the nearest we've come. Caitlin Ford just bounced off her thigh. I think maybe she was a little bit put out of her rhythm by the fact that Eriksson miskicked the ball so much. She'd have expected her to have cleared it, and suddenly it came at her late on, and she couldn't keep that down. But a big chance again for Caitlin Ford. She had a couple now at the start of this second half, and Arsenal coming forward again. We're playing much better. We are playing very good football now in this second half. This is really good stuff. Katie McCabe over on that far side plays the ball back. We've already had much more possession in the Chelsea half in the first, 7 minutes of this second half than we did for most of that first half. Bongo Gunn says, come on, we can do this. Keep piling on the pressure. Indeed, that's what we need to keep doing. Yes, we might leave ourselves open to a third goal on the counter. We may well do, but if you don't take risks in football, you don't get anything. And I'm really pleased with the way that we've taken the game to Chelsea at the start of this second half. Katie McCabe plays it back out again to Noel Moritz over on that far side. Noel Moritz then wins a throw for Arsenal. LG says that the WSL in 2018-19 wasn't at the level it is now. Joe was the right manager back then, but not for absolutely. We don't want Joe to come back. Absolutely not. We're happy with Jonas. And you're right, the league is stronger now. There's no doubt about that. And that's the way it is. But we've got better as well. Terry says, and they said this Chelsea team don't give you chances. I must be watching a different game. Loki says, come on, ladies, indeed. Yeah, they definitely give you chances. And we've had 2 big chances already. But we haven't managed to take them. But we're coming forward again. Steph Catley plays the ball infield. See, this is good. This was a good substitution by Jonas, wasn't it? To bring Steph Catley on. She's already had a pretty big impact on this game in the second half. And Arsenal are bang up for this. Yes, the game's changed slightly because Chelsea are 2-0 up, and they're probably quite happy to sit back. And the momentum's changed. But we need to get a goal. And we've had 2 big chances. Katie McCabe now in possession for Arsenal, driving forward. The captain plays it to Victoria Palova on this near side. Plays the ball out to Steph Catley. This is much better from Arsenal. Steph Catley plays it infield to Victoria Palova again. This is nice. Frida Marnham lets that ball run actually instead, and she should have maybe tried to get a touch on that. It's played over the top, looking for the run there of Pernilla Harder, and Jem Beattie's across. Great tackle that was there from Jem Beattie. It had to be done as well. Herman says there, back on the main computer, I have to leave for my music rehearsal at 8 a.m. Okay, mate, well, hopefully enjoy it where you can. Andy says, how are we playing? I'm held up a little bit, not able to watch. Is a comeback possible? Well, a comeback's possible. We've had 2 chances at the start of this second half. Caitlin Ford's had 2 big opportunities, and if we took one of them, different game. So now we're playing well. We've still got a chance. Loki says, McCabe just keeps going and going top class. Yeah, she is, yeah. Now Caitlin Ford's coming forward again on this near side. She's inside the penalty. Caitlin Ford across the box. Oh, there's nobody there to finish it off. Another opportunity for Arsenal. This is brilliant start to this second half, and it's a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. We need a goal. We have got to score a goal. Eriksson's gone down now inside the 6-yard box for Chelsea, but Arsenal won the ball back high up the pitch there. It was Steph Catley, actually. Brilliant tackle from her. And then Caitlin Ford inside the penalty area, pulled the ball back across, and then Eriksson got a clump there from Katie McCabe off the ball. Accidental it was. Katie McCabe's momentum just took her into the Chelsea captain. But another opportunity for Arsenal. We are playing so well at the minute. We just need a goal, that's all. If we can get a goal now, we've played 10 minutes of the second half. It'll give us plenty of opportunity to find an equaliser. And to be fair, a draw is not enough to keep us in the title race. It would be a massive thing for the top 3. But to come back from 2-0 down against Chelsea would be an incredible result, wouldn't it? And there's a dog actually in an Arsenal shirt there in the crowd. I wonder if it's Arteta's dog. Probably not, because Arteta's dog's called Win, and couldn't be a less appropriate name for a dog owned by Mikel Arteta, could it really? But anyway, that dog looks like it's asleep, enjoying the game, I'm sure. And we're enjoying it a lot better in this second half. We're taking the game to Chelsea. Wayne says the dog in the Arsenal kit. Yeah, what a cute little dog, eh? Brilliant. Anyway, Eriksson's okay, and she's going to come back on again. But we'll be able to take this throw before she comes back on, because that's the rules, isn't it? And we do take this throw. And Chelsea currently got 10 players for the time being. Although I think she's back on again now. Anyway, Stina plays the ball back to Jem Beattie. Now she's got Rafaela Souza on this near side. Brings the ball forward, the Brazilian. Plays it back to Frida Marnham into Katie McCabe. Turn on the edge of the box. Katie McCabe tries a shot. Not the best option there from Katie, unfortunately. She's dragged it wide of that far post. She just thought maybe it opened up slightly for her there, but Maybe trying to thread the ball through to Stina might have been the better option. Instead, she's tried a shot that's gone wide. Yeah, she scored a few big goals this season from outside the box, but that one never looked like it was going to go in, did it? Let's be totally honest. And it's gone for a goal kick to Chelsea. But yeah, 12 minutes of the second half played, and Arsenal have been the better team since half time. But being a better team is no good if you don't score a goal, is it? Anyway, Steph Catley now coming forward for Arsenal. She's had a big impact since coming on at half time, hasn't she, already? Caitlin Ford gives it back to Steph Catley, and Steph Catley's won Arsenal a corner. This is great stuff from Arsenal here at Kingsmeadow. Is it too late to get us back in the game? We'll have to wait and see. LG says, we had too many technical players under Joe, but no physicality. We really had to evolve. No, we have, yeah, absolutely. We have done that. We've got a lot more physical players now, haven't we? And Frida Marnham is going to take this corner for Arsenal. Can we get a goal back here? We have been pretty good from set pieces this season. Frida Marnham with it towards the edge of 6-yard box. Goalkeeper Berger punches it to the edge. It's inside the box. It comes to Katie McCabe. It's not going to quite fall for it. Hits the Chelsea defender. Is it a penalty? It is a penalty to Arsenal. Handball. The shot from Katie McCabe it was. And Ericsson's gone down. Oh, no, sorry. It's Sophie Ingles gone down again, pretending to be injured as though it's not hit her on the hand. But the referee's already given the penalty. There's no VAR in the WSL. It's not going to get overruled. Arsenal have got a great chance now to get back into this game. And can we take it? Wayne says penalty. Bongo Guna says great ref. Indeed. Now, can we score the penalty? No Kim Little, of course. Katie McCabe missed our last penalty, didn't she? Yeah, arms up there. Arms up there. Of course, it's a penalty. Absolutely clear, nailed on penalty. Great decision, referee. Well spotted. I mean, that shot may well have been going on target as well. Maybe a red card as well. Perhaps would be nice, wouldn't it? But it's definitely a penalty. Katie McCabe has won it. She missed the last one. So is she going to take this one or not? Who do we think? I quite fancy Frida Marnham to take it. In fact, it is going to be Katie McCabe again. Rajendra says Steph's made a big difference. She has, yeah. And that's the shape of the team has made a big difference as well. Anyway, we've got to score this. Come on, Katie. Stick this away. She missed the last one, didn't she, a few weeks ago? Is she going to find the target with this one? Katie against Berger. Katie McCabe. Oh, she's put it wide. Why? We can't keep missing chances like this. It's just we could be ahead in this game. We could be ahead. Bongo Guna says McCabe. Keeper went the wrong way, but she's put it wide. Oh, that's a big miss. Again, 2 penalties in a row. She's missed Katie McCabe. What on earth are we doing? Kim Little on the pitch scores that. And that's where these big players missing makes the difference, doesn't it? It makes the big difference. But she missed her last one. A little bit surprised she took that one, actually. I'd have maybe let Frida Marnham have it. We know how deadly she is in front of goal from set pieces. I'd have give it to Frida Marnham. But anyway, Katie McCabe has missed it. A big moment that was for Arsenal to get back into this game. We probably deserve it as well. The way we've played in this second half, we've played an hour now. It is still 2-0 to Chelsea, but realistically, we could be level. But again, we play Chelsea and we miss chances, don't we? It always seems to happen. LG says, never, ever let Katie take penalties. No, don't ever let her take penalties again. 2 in a row. That's a ball over the top. Stina's in. Oh, she was held back a little bit. Is this going to be a moment? Surely the referee's got to blow something there. She had hold of her shirt before. Anyway, Arsenal still win the ball again on the edge of the penalty. Frida Marnham from distance. Oh, good save from Berger. And Arsenal now are absolutely battering Chelsea in this second half. And that was a good save from Berger down to her right-hand side to push that one away. Herman says, we have to have penalty special. Well, we do. Kim Little, but she's injured. We need another one. Definitely. Wayne says that Marnham shot was well. It was. That's why she should have took the penalty, quite honestly, because she'd have just thumped it. Terry says, I'm surprised Super Jen didn't take it. Well, no, I'm not really surprised Super Jen didn't take it, but I'm quite surprised Frida Marnham didn't take it. Anyway, we have just had a interesting 10 minutes or so, haven't we? We've missed 3 chances, including a penalty, and somehow we're still losing this game 2-0. And Emma's doing what Emma does, making a panic substitution because she's getting battered. She's bringing on Jess Carter and it is going to be Lauren James is going off. The look on Lauren James's face as if to say, yeah, we know. And Lauren James is coming off, 62 minutes played. And Chelsea going into defensive mode, bringing on Jess Carter, as that's what she tends to do when she gets scared and panics when she plays Arsenal. We're dominating them, and she's done it again, Emma. But we can't keep missing these chances if we're going to find a way back into this game. That's 3 big chances. We've hit the bar, we've missed a penalty, we've missed another opportunity as well. And yeah, but if we keep playing like this, you've still got to have hope that we can get something from this game, because we've been the much better team since half-time. This second half has been incredible performance from Arsenal. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that this team, this is what we talked about before. It's not about winning and losing games necessarily. It's about how much heart and desire the players show. You know, when Arsenal played Man City, the leaders in the in the men's game, a few weeks ago, we showed no heart at all. We just gave up. And this team doesn't give up. It'd be easy at 2-0 down with the injuries just to say, you know what, like Arsenal did yesterday, let's just bin it off. But this team doesn't do that, because it means more to them. They've got more about them. LG said, I said it in the Everton game that we need to stop being good one half and poor the other half. Look now. Well, yeah, I mean, it does depend on how the 2 halves work out. But yeah, we needed to play like this in the first half, and it would potentially have been a different game. But anyway, we're playing like it now. And let's see if we can find a way back. I mean, that's a big, big moment in this game, that penalty miss. And is that going to be the moment that the momentum has shifted? But Arsenal still coming forward again. Steph Catley on this near side. She's had a great impact. Frida Marnham plays the ball forward to Caitlin Ford, who's had a good game as well. Steph Catley again on this near side. She can't quite get the crossing, but she's won another corner. And it was from our last corner that we got the penalty. It was Niamh Charles there, deflected that behind. And it is all Arsenal in this second half. Jem Beast is coming forward for this. Lotta Woober-Moyes in there. Caitlin Ford, Rafaela Souza. Is she going to get another goal against Chelsea like she did in the final? That was from a corner as well, wasn't it? This is going to be Frida Marnham's set piece. Comes in again towards the near post. It's flicked on, but it's a Chelsea player that flicks it on. Headed back in by Victoria Pelova. Headed away by Sophie Ingle. Katie McKay puts it back in. That's not a great ball, actually, but it wasn't a great clearance either. And again, Arsenal pick the ball up. Steph Catley plays it out to that far side, near side. Frida Marnham's cross. Oh, it's at the top of the roof of the net. I think that was meant to be a cross. Almost dropped in there from Frida Marnham. And Chelsea are under pressure here in this second half. We played 65 minutes. And that was meant to be a cross, I think, from Frida, looking for Stina, but it almost dropped in. Terry says, Chelsea fans have gone quiet, haven't even got enough to press the thumbs up button. Says a lot about them, really. Wayne says Frida again. I don't think that was meant to be a shot, though. But now all the Chelsea fans have gone now because they've seen Arsenal absolutely bash them for 20 minutes at the start of the second half. And there's still 25 minutes left. And Arsenal should be back in this game. There's absolutely no doubt we should be. But there's still time. I'm still confident we can get something from this game. But of course, the only way we're going to do it is if we get the likes. I've only got 14 likes, guys. Come on, let's get it up to 25 at least. If you haven't liked it, give us a like, and then Arsenal will get something. We'll get a goal back, and who knows? We may even get something out of this game. It may be another Wolfsburg on the cards. Who knows? But anyway, Chelsea coming forward for a rare attack in the second half, but not for long because Noel Moritz clears that ball away. Frida Marnham's going to pick this up in midfield. She had a little bit more license to go forward in this second half, and that's helped as well. Caitlin Ford's turned away from the defender there, Eve Perisic. Now she's going to get a crossing. Can she, Caitlin Ford? Back inside. She does get a cross into the far post. Oh, nobody's there. Nobody's there. Chantel says we are just waiting for a Pernell Harder goal to secure the win. That probably will be what will happen. So, yeah. Emmanuel says stop coming live when you can't show the video. Well, why should I stop coming live because I can't show the game? Because there's copyright issues. You know, you don't have to watch it there. Watch the game if you can watch the game. If you can't watch the game, you can listen to us and you can find out what's going on. It's up to you. I'm not bothered either way. But you just come in and give me a watch figure anyway, so that's nice of you. So thanks. Who else coming forward again? Victoria Pelova plays it to the edge of the box. A shot comes in from Stina. Oh, it needed to go in the corner, and it's straight at Berger, who's now going to pretend to be injured for 10 minutes. Tom says great response from the girls. It can be done. Well, it should have been done already. We should be 2-2. And it was mentioned in the first half about, you know, how clinical Chelsea are. And yes, we gifted them the 2 goals, but they did take them. In the second half, we've had more chances and we haven't been able to take them. And that is the difference in these games, isn't it? That is the difference. Rafaela Souza has just won the ball there. In fact, she hasn't won the ball. The referee's given a foul. And it is going to be a free kick to Chelsea in a reasonably dangerous area. Andy says, how many minutes remaining? 23 minutes remaining, plus stoppage time. So there's still time. Obviously, that penalty going in would have made a massive difference, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. And we may well be sitting here now looking at an exciting finale. There still might be, but this is a free kick to Chelsea. What we mustn't do now is concede a 3rd goal, because that, one, it wouldn't be very well deserved, but also it would be terrible for the way that we've played. The way this free kick comes in, it's Sam Kerr with a header across the box again. Sophie Ingle with a shot, almost the same as the 2nd goal. We haven't learnt from that. Anyway, the ball's come forward now at this near side. Katie McKay's done really well. She's now got a 1-on-1 with the defender. She's held up briefly there. It's Neve Charles, I think it's there, and it's played back again now to Caitlin Ford. Caitlin Ford whips the ball to that far post. It's Victoria Plover inside the box. Oh, good defending actually there from Jess Carter. That's why Emma Hayes brought her on. Tom says, this is when you miss those players, and credit to this team for showing grit and backbone. Exactly. This is what they've done all season, Tom. This is what they've shown all season in adversity. And this is why we support them so much. Anyway, let's see what Arsenal can do. Chelsea are in possession at the moment. It's played out to that far side. And Chelsea just wanted to keep some possession because they haven't had too much. Anyway, now it's played to this near side to Eve Perisset, who's switched fullback position since Jess Carter's come on. And Chelsea have gone into defensive mode. And Chelsea now just knocking the ball around. They just needed to take the sting out of our play, because we've been all over them, quite honestly. We definitely have. Anyway, Terry's made a good comment there. He says, Emmanuel, please say something like your name suggests. Yeah, because Emmanuel's name is Emmanuel Worthwhile. And he came here to say that, which wasn't really worthwhile, was it? But anyway, let's see what happens for the rest of this game. But it's been a much better second half from Arsenal. And we're coming forward again over on that far side. Caitlin Ford's had a great game, actually. Jess Carter there. Is that a foul? In fact, the referee's given something. I'm not quite sure what the referee's given. But anyway, I think it's a free kick to Chelsea. That's the default mode, isn't it? If you're not sure what to do, give a free kick to Chelsea. But Katie McKay's penalty gone wide of that post. You see the pressure's got to her there. Kingsmeadow just puts that in, don't she? You know she does. But anyway, Katie has missed 2 in a row now. And that is... not what we needed at that time. Chelsea coming forward again. Shot from distance there from Neve Charles, but it's straight into the arms of Manu Zinsberger. And she throws it out. Kate McKay wanted the ball to come to her, but Eve Perisset didn't let it. She puts a cross in. Good defensive header from Lotta Wubben-Moy. And now Katie McCabe can get the ball in midfield, but Erin Cuthbert's just taken it off her. And suddenly Chelsea are having a spell now. But we expected that to happen at some point. You're not going to dominate 45 minutes against Chelsea, are you? But what you do need to do is when you are dominating, you need to score. And we wasn't able to do it there, was we? And unfortunately, we are still 2-0 down and we've still got a big mountain to climb if we're going to find a way to get something from this game. But the response in this second half has been absolutely amazing once again from this team. They just don't accept defeat, do they? They won't accept that they're beaten until the final whistle goes. And you have to say it's been a fantastic response from Arsenal. Lotta Wubben-Moy's won the ball again, battling away in midfield there. Is that not a foul by Erin Cuthbert? But Victoria Pavlova steps in. Brilliant play from her. She's had a great game as well in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal. Even more in this second half. Her and Frida have been freed up a little bit more, and it's made a big difference. And so has Steph Catley, who's got the ball now on his near side. Steph Catley, what a brilliant appearance she's made today from the bench in this second half. Frida Marnham now. We're getting into the last 20 minutes. We need a goal. As well as we've played, we need to find a goal. And hopefully we've got one coming. Steve says there should be 2-2. Yeah, it should be, but we've still got a chance here. Victoria Plover gets the ball out to that far side. Caitlin Ford whips across in. Oh, it's over hit again. And some of our deliveries haven't always been where they need to be. We've been into some good positions. Just haven't quite managed to find that little bit of quality inside the penalty area that we've needed, unfortunately. And there's a substitution for Chelsea now. No doubt it'll be a defender coming on. Pernilla Harder's going off. So I'm assuming it's going to be a defender that will come on, because that's Emma Hayes all over, isn't it? People call it good game management, and it probably is, to be fair. But anyway, so Pernilla Harder's going off, and I'm not sure who's coming on. I haven't seen who's coming on. My guess is it'll be a defender anyway, maybe Melanie Leopold or somebody like that. Oh, it's actually Jess Fleming, an attacker. Well done, Emma Hayes. She's actually brought an attacker on. I don't think she would have done it if it was 2-1. If we'd scored that penalty, I think it would have been another defensive player on. Anyway, Chelsea have got the game back underway with that throw over on that far side. But again, Arsenal have won it back high up the pitch. Katie McCabe, apart from the penalty miss, she's had a really good game. Switches the ball to this near side, so looking for Steph Catley, but defenders come across. But Steph Catley's won it again. Steph Catley's been brilliant in this second half. Surely that's an Arsenal throw. It has been given to Arsenal. It looked like an Arsenal throw. Great work from Steph there. LG says it just amazes me that Vicky has only been here 5 months. Feels like 5 years. Brilliant signing. It is. Stina's going off. Maybe not her day today. Jodie Taylor's coming on. I'd have maybe stuck both of them up there maybe for these last 15, 16 minutes or so. But Jodie Taylor's certainly got the experience and the quality, hasn't she, to get a goal for us. I'd have maybe gone with a 2, but anyway. Tom says Emma Hayes needs to cheer up and take the pole out of her backside like Pep. She didn't invent football. No, she certainly didn't invent football. She was taught football when she was at Arsenal. And she would love to have Jonas's job. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And she'll be miserable until she's given that job, which hopefully will be never. Terry says, come on, Taylor, indeed. Colonel says, hey, Rich, how have you been? How was your trips up north? Your other channel good? No, yeah, man, my channel's going well. We've got a chance now. Caitlin Ford with a shot. Oh, it's too close to the goalkeeper. Another Caitlin Ford could have had a hat-trick in this second half. Are you enjoying the other channel? I'm glad about that. I'm enjoying doing it. I'm getting out and about to the football stadiums. It's been nice. It's been good fun. And getting a drone up as well. I'm enjoying that. Give me something to do through the summer as well when there's no football. Anyway, Arsenal win that header again. It was Jem Beattie. And Arsenal have been so much better in this second half. We've been the dominant team. And we just need to find a goal. There's still time. 15 minutes left. There is still time. Can we get a goal in the next 5 minutes or so and make it a really last interesting 10 minutes and see Emma really panic? That's a foul again, ref. Yes, it is a foul on Caitlin Ford. Turned away from Eve Perisset. Actually, it was Majelda, and it's going to be surely that's a yellow card as well, ref, actually. Let's be fair. You've given us some soft yellow cards in this game, and I thought that was a yellow card as well. But I don't think it's been given as a yellow card. Lovely turn from Caitlin Ford. She would have been away, actually. Surely that's got to be a yellow card. But anyway, we'll take the free kick, and it's going to be Frida Marnham and Steph Catley over it. Let's see if we can get a goal back now, because time is of the essence, really. We are into the last 14 minutes of normal time. And is something happening in the crowd there, just behind where they are? Because the players there went to look at what was going on in the crowd. I'm not really sure what's happening there. Anyway, it doesn't look... Yeah, I think there's an emergency in the crowd there. It looks as though a medical emergency. They've got a stretcher has gone into the crowd there over on that the near side, and the medics are going in to the stands there. So there's been some medical issue there. I'm not sure whether or not the players are going to stop the game just briefly. In fact, they are. The players are coming over. They're not sure what's happening. Magdalena Eriksson was walking towards the dugout. But anyway, looks as though we're going to continue with the game for the time being. The medics are doing their job in the crowd there, just behind where Freedom Arnhem is going to be taking this free kick. Or is it going to be Steph Catley? We'll see. Jodie Taylor's inside the penalty area. The free kick comes in towards the far post. Oh, it's overhit again. I think the wind's played a part in that, actually. It just needed to take a little bit off that, Frida. Bonga Laguna says, hope all are well indeed. Terry says, come on, ref, book Laguna girls for time wasted. Yeah. Anyway, it's a goal kick now to Chelsea following that free kick. Just to say the wind seemed to blow it across the pitch there a little bit more. Just needed to take a little bit off that. And maybe an Arsenal head could have got on the end of it. But anyway, Arsenal won the ball again. But it's a long ball forward from Sophie Ingle, I think it is. But Lotta Wubben-Moyes there. Oh, that was a bit of a missed kick back pass. But Manu Zinsberger does well. Gets the ball out to Steph Catley on this near side. And that's good play from her. Finds her compatriot, Caitlin Ford. Those two link up so well on that left-hand side, don't they? And now Arsenal coming forward over that far side now with Victoria Palova. Lovely play from her. Katie McCabe tried to get the ball to Freedom Arnhem, but it has fallen instead to Rafaela Souza. Plays up this near side. That's good ball on as well from Caitlin Ford to Steph Catley. Steph Catley battling away again. What a great second half she's had, Steph Catley, by the way. She's almost player of the match for Arsenal. And she's only played since half-time. That's what an impact she's made. Brilliant from her. Anyway, lots of Wubben-Moyes now striding forward for Arsenal. Gets the ball out to that far side to Katie McCabe. Plays it back to Lotta Wubben-Moyes. She's had a decent game today, Lotta. Not really at fault for the 2 goals. It was defensive mistakes elsewhere. Rafaela Souza up this near side. Steph Catley again. Can she get the cross in? No, she can't, but she gets the ball back to Rafaela Souza instead. Now, Freedom Arnhem plays it in. Steph Catley didn't make the run. And the ball's gone behind for a goal kick. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes. Is it going to be a dramatic last 10 minutes? If we find a goal, it will be. I think we're making another substitution now. And Jonas has done really, really well in this second half. It's going to be Lena Hurtig's coming on. What a time for her to make a big impact. She's had a very injury-hit season and not really had the impact she would have wanted. But, you know, she's back fit again. She's going to come on for these final 10 minutes. She made a decent impact in the semi-final against Wolfsburg, didn't she? She almost scored the winning goal in extra time. And can she make a big impact in this game? Now, it's Noel Moritz going off. Another solid performance from her. I think we're going to change the shape of the team again. And Lena Hurtig is going to take a place in that front 3. And again, the great defensive play there from Lotta Wubben-Moyes. She's been really, really good again today. Player of the month, of course, for April. And fully deserved. And she's had a great May as well. Performances have been brilliant. Anyway, we're coming forward now. Steph Catley again plays that ball forward, looking for the run there of Jodie Taylor. Of Lena Hurtig. It wasn't. It was Caitlin Ford, sorry. But anyway, Chelsea dealt with that. And now they're trying to come forward themselves. But that's a poor ball. Chelsea have been as poor in this second half as we were in the first half. In fact, worse. We've played better in the second half than Chelsea did in the first half. But we haven't managed to find a goal. Kim Little there in the crowd. Good to see her here. I'm sure she would have scored that penalty. Would have made a big difference to this game. Just her playing anyway would have made a big difference to this game, let's be honest. Anyway, all a mistake there from Lotta Wubben-Moyes, a rare one, giving the ball away. And Chelsea now knocking it around at the back, just trying to get some possession. Terry says, the medics have done a tremendous job. They've managed to remove the Chelsea shirt from the deluded fan. Yeah, that's probably what it was, yeah. That's more of a mental health condition, though, isn't it? Not a physical health condition. But I'm glad that they've sorted it out quickly. Rafaela Souza now in possession for Arsenal on this near side. Plays the ball forward. Flicked in field to Victoria Palova. Played to Jodie Taylor on the edge of the box. Jodie Taylor tries to chip it in. Oh, it's just wide. Oh, what a moment that would have been for Jodie Taylor to get off the mark for the season. It was... Oh, in fact, the offside flag's up anyway. I don't know who was offside there. Certainly wasn't Jodie Taylor, was it? You wouldn't imagine. But it was a nice little effort, though. Just on the edge of the box there. Just tried to dink it over the keeper into the top corner. Just went wide. Unlucky. But another chance. In fact, the offside was given against Jodie Taylor. I'm surprised about that, actually. But anyway, Catherine Berger goes along with this free kick. But Rafaela Souza's underneath it, does well. And plays the ball to Steph Catley on this near side. Plays the ball forward, looking for Caitlin Ford again. She's got in behind Eve Perisic. She's done that a few times in the second half. Caitlin Ford inside the box. She's gone around the outside, pulls it back to the near post, cleared away, comes back to Caitlin Ford. Played into Victoria Pelova, trying to twist and turn and get a shot away. She's crowded out by 3 Chelsea players, and Sophie Ingle brings that ball away. And you have to say, Sophie Ingle is an important player for Chelsea, the way she just sits in front of that defence and does a very solid job, as she did it again there. And now Chelsea can come forward for a rare time. Sam Kerr kept the ball in. Did she like it gone out? But she's kept it in and keeps possession for Chelsea. They've really threatened in this second half. There's only 8 minutes to go. It looks as though Chelsea are going to get the win that they need, and we're going to have to rely on Man United a bit later maybe to help us in terms of that top 3. Although, should we win our last game against Aston Villa next week, we will finish 3rd anyway. Regardless, even if Man City would need a massive win this evening, and we would need to obviously drop points next week, which we could do. Villa are a good side, but I'm confident at Meadow Park we don't drop points every often, do we? And we've got a great record against Aston Villa, as we know. Although we did draw 0-0 with them last game of the season a couple of years ago. Was it Joe's last league game, wasn't it? Although there wasn't, we'd already qualified for the top 3 at that point. Which we will do tonight if Man City, of course, lose, because it would only be a big, massive goal swing, which you probably think isn't going to happen. Anyway, Chelsea making another defensive substitution. Kadisha Buchanan is coming on. No doubt they'll take a striker off. You would have thought so, wouldn't you? With 6 minutes of normal time to play. In fact, it's Eve Perisic coming off. She has had a few issues, hasn't she, with Caitlin Ford, so maybe that's the reason behind that change. And I think Arsenal are planning another substitution as well in these final few minutes here. It's looking as though for our great second half performance, like at Manchester City a couple of months back, a great second half performance hasn't quite been enough. And it wasn't quite enough on that particular day. It's not looking like it's going to quite be enough on this particular day either. But anyway, Steve says Jonas should be manager of the year with the side he has had. Yes, the title winner most of the time. Yeah, it will be the title winner. Emma will get manager of the year, you would imagine. But the job that Jonas has done has been remarkable. And Terry says I totally agree, Steve. He's worked wonders. He has worked wonders, yeah. And we've got some reward for it this season as well. We've won a trophy, and we needed to win a trophy because we hadn't won one for a few years. And it is something to build on going forward, isn't it? And you can see what we're building here. Terry says, has Emma been living in a ditch? Yeah, quite possibly. Anyway, it's a free kick now to Chelsea over on that far side. Erin Cuthbert is going to take it. And they certainly don't deserve a 3rd goal, do they, Chelsea? And let's hope they don't get one. In fact, Erin Cuthbert's leaving the free kick to Guru Wrighton. That ball comes in, it's a header, but it's headed out by Rafaela Souza. Shot comes in from distance, it hits Lena Hurtig, who's in the box, and now Rafaela Souza should complete the clearance. And Arsenal got an opportunity to maybe launch a counter-attack. But Chelsea come away with the ball with Erin Cuthbert, plays it out to that far side. Chelsea just looking at managing the game. LG says 20 to 2021 was Joe's reign of terror. The lesson about that season about, well, yeah, obviously not a great season, was it? But anyway, things have improved since then. Oh, that's a poor ball. Given straight away to Jodie Taylor. And now Arsenal have got Lena Hurtig over on that far side. We haven't really got anyone in the box yet. Lena Hurtig's in the box now herself. Lena Hurtig tries to drill a ball in. She's won a corner. A terrible mistake there from Chelsea, from Ericsson, I think it was. Gave the ball straight to Jodie Taylor. We didn't have a lot of players forward there, but Lena Hurtig's done well. She's won a corner. And everybody comes up. Rafaela comes up. Jem Beattie comes up. Lena Hurtig's in there. She's good in the air. We've got some aerial threat here. Needs to be a good delivery. We've got 4 minutes to play. There's still time plus stoppage time. If we get a goal now, the comeback will still be on. And it's certainly going to lead to an exciting last few minutes, isn't it? Let's see what this corner leads to. It's going to be Steph Catley with it. Plays it short to Frida Marnham. Steph Catley's gone to get a better angle. She's going to try a shot. She does try a shot. Oh, good save at the near post from Berger. And it's going to be another corner, is it, to Arsenal? That was almost the similar position to Katie McCabe scored against Man City the other week. The short corner played back to her. That shot came in there, but this was at the near post. A good save actually there by the keeper. It's another corner though, again over on that far side. And Berger's made more saves in this game than Manu Zinsberger has, but Chelsea are still winning. Anyway, Steph Catley's going to take this corner and she's going to whip it in to that near post area, you would assume. It comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper flaps at it. Lots of Wilbur Moyes in there. Oh, she has to lay the ball off though to Victoria Pelova. And it's another corner to Arsenal. In fact, no, it isn't. That's come back off Victoria Pelova, off Sophie Ingle. And it is going to be a goal kick. WSL Conference says Berger player of the match if she keeps a clean sheet. It just goes to show how well we've played, because it was a goal kick there. Jen Beatty's just got off. Another solid performance from Jen, and Gio's come on, an attacking substitution from Arsenal with 2 minutes of normal time remaining. It's probably a little bit late. Bongo Guna says, well, we had our chances. We did. We've had a lot of chances in the second half. And the difference is we haven't been clinical enough. And we haven't taken them. And the penalty miss, probably the turning point in this game, you have to say. I think we may well have come back, had that gone in at 2-1. At that point, it was still half an hour to play. I think that's been the crucial turning point in this game. Now, Chelsea have got a corner, which they're going to be in no hurry to take. They're not even going to put it in the box, are they? You wouldn't imagine. Anyway, and Terry says there, well played, Super Jen. Come on, Gio. Yeah, no, Jen beat another solid game. She's been playing well, hasn't she, since she's come back into the side since Leah's injury, and she's done well. Robertson in the chat, he says, hi, Richard, everyone. Just caught you. Dial it so much. Catch up on after hospital. Yeah, no, I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Good to see you. And yeah, Jess Fleming's going to take this corner, but she's not going to probably take it. They're going to do it short, aren't they? Because they're going to try and waste time in the last minute of the 90. And this is Chelsea's way, isn't it? Actually, no, the corner does come in long. It does go towards the 6-yard box. Sam Kerr's header, another header from close range. Arsenal haven't dealt with a second ball into the box particularly well. Shot comes in from distance from Guru Wright, but it's gone behind. It is going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. All a little bit too late there, you feel, for Arsenal. Even if we manage to score now, it's probably not going to be enough, is it? We still haven't defended particularly well at times in this second half, but Chelsea haven't really threatened too much at all. And we've been a better side. Anyway, Steph Catley makes a mistake, really. Loki says 100% effort, good enough for me. 100%, I agree with you. That's exactly all we can ask for, and that's what we've been given. Robert says, yeah, we would have won this league if we had a full fit squad. Chelsea, no. Yeah, I agree. Terry says, I hope all went well at hospital. Yeah, we hope you're well, mate. Good to see you back. Steve says, of course, yeah. That's all we could hope for, isn't it? 100% effort and giving everything. And I say, I can't remember going away from a game this season or even last season, probably as well, from the women, watching the women and thinking, did they give everything? You just know that they have every single game. But anyway, Precious says like we did in the FA Cup final. No, we didn't, did we? Because Leah Williamson wasn't fit that day, so we didn't have a full team that day either, did we? It'd be nice to play Chelsea with a full team. Can't remember last time we did, but maybe when we beat you 3-2, that was our full team, wasn't it? At the start of last season. Chelsea looking for a third goal. It's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time, so there's still time. We've only just gone into that now, so let's see. But the Chelsea fans were certainly quiet for most of that second half. They're suddenly piping up again now because there's a winter stoppage time. But they've been terrible in the second half, Chelsea, honestly. They've been dreadful. And a lot of that credit goes to Arsenal for the way that we've played. We have played brilliantly. Anyway, it's a throw now to Arsenal on this near side. And let's see if we can at least get a goal, which we deserve. It's the minimum we deserve from this second half is a goal, if not more, really. But anyway, Jodie Taylor now very deep finds Caitlin Ford's had a good game, but she's just lost out there to Buchanan, and Chelsea looking a little bit more threatening now in its final stages. But Arsenal managed to get that ball clear, and Lena Hurtig tries to get there, but again it's Sophie Ingle with the tackle. She's such an important player for Chelsea, isn't she? There's an offside there against Sam Kerr. LG says, this is similar to the first leg in Munich. Yeah, actually, you're right. It is very similar to that, isn't it? You know, the chances we've had in the second half, couldn't get a goal. We're only 1-0 down there, wasn't we? But we turned that one around, didn't we? Unfortunately, we're not going to get the chance to turn this one around in the second leg because there isn't a second leg. It's just this game and that's it. And one more to play next week. And Arsenal still battling away, though, as we always do, until the final whistle. We will keep going. Jodie Taylor there trying to get possession for Arsenal, but Chelsea do come away with the ball. But not for long because Jodie Taylor just won it back. And now Steph Catley's got an opportunity to bring it forward for Arsenal. She's been brilliant, Steph Catley. Good to see her back fit again as well. She's had 1 or 2 injury issues this season, along with everybody else. But she's fit now, and what a great game she's had. And let's hope that she can stay fit next season as well. Tom says, yeah, imagine what we could do with a full-strength side. Well, with a full-strength side, we certainly wouldn't have shown any more heart and courage, and we wouldn't have given any more. Whether we would have achieved any more, we'll never know, will we? Because what you've got to say is the players that's had to come in and play, that have played more minutes than they would have done, have stepped up, and they wouldn't have got that opportunity to have done that. So we'll never know what would have happened if we had a full-strength squad. We'll never know. But ultimately, it is what it is. We've done the best that we can possibly manage to do, and that's all you can ask, isn't it? We've had the maximum out of this team this season. We've had the maximum out of them, and we've won a trophy. We're going to probably qualify for the Champions League, and we couldn't have asked for any more. It's been a great season, and we couldn't be any more prouder of this team. This is what pride means, isn't it? It's not just, giving up. You can't show pride in that, what the men have done. You can definitely show pride in this team. We're looking a bit ragged now. It's going to be a third goal, is it, for Chelsea? Oh, nearly an own goal from Lotte Rubenmoy, which he didn't deserve. Got a deflection there, but Zinsberger saves it. Steve says, but it's good they got minutes on the field. Exactly, it is. It's really good they got minutes on the field. And some of them are going to really help to progress. Look at Victoria Pelova. There's no way she'd have played as many minutes if we'd had a full-strength team. There's no way Gio would have played as many minutes as she's got if we'd had a full-strength team. So the benefits of those playing is massive, isn't it? Really, really important that they've got those minutes in under their belt going forward. Katarina Cole wouldn't have played as many minutes either. Jem Beattie, she wouldn't have played anywhere near as many minutes. So it's had its benefits as well. Wayne says there, to be fair, Wrighton has been ridiculous this season. Yeah, she's a great player, Guru Wrighton. The Chelsea fans are singing now because the game's all but done. It's a free kick to Chelsea. But we have to say Arsenal have played so well in the second half. And at half-time, that's all we wanted to see. We wanted to see a reaction. We got a reaction. And we're very, very unfortunate not to have at least got a goal back, even if we was not going to get anything out of the game. We've played the 5 minutes. Is there going to be time for one more Arsenal attack? We've got a throw over on that far side. Probably not. In fact, Chelsea have won the ball. Arsenal looking really, really tired now, you have to say. And there's a ball through to Sam Kerr. As long as she doesn't get a goal at the end to really rub our noses in it. Rafaela Souza. But there goes the full-time whistle. It has finished at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. And the damage was done in the first half. 2 goals from Chelsea. Guru Wrighton got the first goal and Magdalena Eriksson the second one. 2 poor pieces of defending from Arsenal. We didn't play that well in the first half. We had 1 or 2 moments though, didn't we? Stina missed a chance. Frida missed a chance. But in the second half, you have to say the reaction was brilliant. We changed the shape a little bit of the team. And in the end, we were all over Chelsea. We just dominated them for that 45 minutes. We had so many chances. Caitlin Ford missed a couple, shit the bar. We then had a penalty, which Katie McKay put wide. All of those things would have made a difference if we could have got a goal. Wasn't quite to be today, was it? And Chelsea, once again, have got a little bit lucky against those, you have to say. And they've gone away with all 3 points. But we certainly couldn't have given any more in that second half. Absolutely not. LG said, we'll qualify for the Champions League later tonight. No worries. Yeah, well, we've got an opportunity ourselves, haven't we? Steve says there, if we took our chances like Chelsea, it would have been 4-2. Indeed, it would have been. Terry says, there is Chelsea fans in the stadium. I thought they'd gone home at half-time. Well, yeah, that's what Chelsea fans are like, though, aren't they? It's the way it is, but there you go. Precious says, London is blue. Well, it clearly isn't, is it? But anyway, not to worry. And Steve says, never ever blue. No, absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't to be for Arsenal today. But you have to give them credit for that second half performance. Chelsea just seem to have that little bit over us, don't they, when it comes to these sort of games? But anyway, we did beat them in the cup final, and out of all the 3 meetings, at least we won the one that was really important, and we won a trophy on the back of it. So, so that's what we need. Terry says you're right. London is blue because Arsenal lost. Well, all right, that's what you mean. Yeah, blue as in sad. Yeah, we're a little bit sad, but again, we have to be really proud of the performance that the girls put in, because, you know, we've done really well. That's 4 times we played Chelsea this season, and we've dominated, you know, three and a half of those games, really, haven't we? Let's be honest, and that's a good sign. The bad sign is we wasn't able to win all of those games, but anyway, it is what it is. And we've lost, and the top 3 is not quite totally in our hands, but we can seal it next week with a win anyway. Robert says, I think we have to take where we are in the table is not a bad result considering we have all top players. Exactly, yeah, and Steve agrees. No, well, no, you're right. I mean, we're reasonably content with the season. It could have been a lot better, but obviously you can't help all those injuries. You know, no other team could cope with all those injuries that we have. We've had to cope with. They've given everything, as we said, and unfortunately today it's not quite been enough. But if we get top 3, we've won the Continental Cup. We'd have to say it's been a great season. Doing the minimum is getting Champions League football, and then winning a trophy on top is makes it a great season, and that's what they've done. And we have to be really, really proud of that. Loki says, good show, Rich. Cheers. Well, no, thank you again, mate, for joining us, and we'll speak very soon, I'm sure. Robert says, it shows we have a strong squad, in fairness to players who not normally get chosen. Exactly, yeah, I agree. And that's good to see, isn't it? LG says, if United beat City, we are sure top 3 because of a vastly superior goal difference. Yeah, exactly, yeah. It would take a massive turnaround, wouldn't it, of goal difference if Man City lose, which isn't going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. James says Chelsea did cope with injuries. Did they? What injuries have Chelsea got today? Millie Bright. Who else was out injured for Chelsea today? Oh, nobody. Steve says, what's next game? Which, well, obviously for the women, it's the last game now of the season. It's all that's left. The men and women have both got 1 game left. Obviously, the women play Aston Villa next Saturday at Meadow Park, and then on Sunday the men play Wolves, of course, at the Emirates. So it's the final day of the season for both the WSL and the Premier League next weekend. That's going to be good fun, isn't it? And Arsenal still got that little bit of work to do to get that top 3, haven't we? We'll see what happens tonight in the Manchester derby. If City lose, then we're virtually there anyway. And if City win or get a draw, we need to get some sort of result next week against Aston Villa, don't we? James says Kirby. Yeah, but Kirby's been missing for a long time. So, okay, they've got Kirby and Brighton, 2 players. We've got 5. So, you know, don't start coming at me with your injury issues, because we're not having it, because your injuries are nowhere near as bad as ours. You know, as we said before, how would Chelsea have got on if Harder, Cuthbert, Wright, and Kerr and James, for example, were all out injured at the same time? You wouldn't be nowhere near the team that you are. So, you know, we're where we are. We're going to probably finish 3rd, and we'll have to accept that for this season in the way that things have gone, and look to bounce back and be stronger next season with some new signings. Steve says, cheers, Rich, Terry, and all Arsenal fans. Till next game. James says, even Harder been missing. Yeah, but not all at the same time. They're not all missing at the same time, were they? That's the difference. Arsenal had their 5 best players all missing at the same time. That's the difference. You know, having 1 player out is fine. Anyone can go. 2 players out, even 3, you can probably cope with. You know, when you've got your 5 best players all missing at the same time, I'm sorry, but no one else has had that problem this season. Robert says, we have 5 best players out, not average like Chelsea. Well, there are a couple of good players out, but not all at the same time. Terry says, later, Steve. Take care, mate. Till next time. Yeah, see you later, Steve, my friend. Take it easy, and good to see you. Unfortunately, we couldn't give you the result today that we wanted to. Chelsea are having a team picture done as though they've won the league already. They still haven't, have they? If Man United win, he's going to go down to the last game. It would be quite funny if they did lose to Reading next week and then end up losing out of the title. That would be quite funny, wouldn't it? But anyway, we could have made it more difficult for them today if we played in the first half like we did in the second half. But it wasn't quite to be, was it? How you doing there? We've got Sung Cho in the chat. Good to see you. So yeah, finished there at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. And yeah, much better second half performance, but unfortunately we wasn't able to take our chances when they came along, and we've lost the game. Robert says we only have the best player in the world out, Viv. Well, yeah, if it was just Viv, we could have probably coped. Terry says Chelsea look more relieved than happy. Yeah, of course they're relieved they've beaten us. LG says I don't see Man U beating Liverpool away next week. I don't know. I think they probably will, actually, if I'm honest. But anyway, if they win today, they'll have to win that last game and hope Chelsea slip up. But is that likely to happen? I'm not really sure, if I'm honest with you. I think Chelsea will win the league. They'll beat Reading comfortably, you would imagine. Even Tottenham beat Reading 4-1 today. So you would imagine that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, disappointing result. But again, very proud of the performance, especially in that second half. Just those 2 defensive mistakes in the first half proved costly in the end, and unfortunately Chelsea do make you pay, don't they, for those sort of mistakes, and they did. And when we had our chances in the second half, we wasn't quite able to take them, was we? The penalty midway through that second half was the turning point, wasn't it? If Katie puts that in, I think we go on and get something from that game, but it wasn't to be. It's finished at Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. Arsenal still looking reasonably good for third place. If we beat Aston Villa next Saturday in the final game, we will definitely get third place, regardless of how Man City do tonight. But obviously, if they lose, then that pretty much seals the deal, doesn't it? So we'll see what happens in that one. But Arsenal have given everything again today, as you expected. They always do. Just wasn't quite enough. Against Chelsea, it very rarely is. You need something a little bit extra, don't you, when you play Chelsea? And today we didn't take our chances, and that proved to be the difference, didn't it, in the end, I suppose? But anyway, we've had a very good season in the circumstances, and we've got a trophy, and that's what matters. Robert says Magdalena Eriksson is leaving Chelsea at the end of the season after 6 years at the club. Let's hope even more. I think a few more will leave, actually. Terry says these girls give it their all week in, week out, and you can't ask them more. Exactly. That's what we've said all along. That's always what we've said. All you want to see is your team give everything, and if they give everything, you've got to be happy. Win or lose or draw, that's all you want to see. And they did today, especially in that second half. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic performance. But anyway, we've lost the game, and it's disappointing, isn't it? But yeah, we just need to make sure we get that top 3 now. Let's beat Aston Villa next week, get that job done, and then we can look back on the season and say what a great season it's been, because it has been. You know, winning a trophy is great, and we've managed to win one this season. So, but yeah, so that's that then. Not the result we wanted, but we'll take it. So we have to take it. We're proud of the performance, and we move on to the final weekend of the season. Don't forget, we've got it's going to be a little bit of a quieter week on the channel as we wind down towards the end of the season. Melbourne's here Wednesday, though, with Highbury Matters, looking at the period between 2002 and 2004. Something, what happened in those 2 seasons? Anything good? I can't remember. I'm sure Melvin will remind us. And his guest coming on Wednesday. That's going to be really good at 8 o'clock. So join us for that. Some great memories from some great times. Friday, we'll be back with the Arsenal Women's Weekly, of course. We'll be looking back on this game against Chelsea and looking ahead to the final weekend of the season. All that's coming up on Friday. Hopefully, we'll have Matt and Amar back in the studio with us after their video appearance this week. So that's at 7:30 on Friday. And then, of course, next weekend, we have got the final weekend of the season, the 2 big watch-alongs, Aston Villa, Arsenal versus Aston Villa, the women on Saturday. And then on Sunday, of course, Arsenal against Wolves, rounding off the season. It's been an exciting season overall. There's been ups and downs, of course, but we've enjoyed it all. So we will finish it all off in the grand manner next weekend. And then, of course, the week after that, we'll have, of course, all our end-of-season reviews for the men and the women throughout the week after that, looking at the highs and the lows, the good and the bad, and giving out our awards as well. So we'll all be doing that coming up very soon. So join us for all of that. LG says, a huge blow for Man U coming to the game later tonight. I'm intrigued with the kind of mindset they'll be in coming to the derby. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure they'll have a slightly better mindset than we had last week against Brighton for the men when the title looked as though it had gone. Robert says, in fair play, Arsenal won the Premiership. City should be thrown out. Found over 100 breaches. Yeah, but I to be honest with you, those rule breaks were going back to 2018. It wouldn't affect this season. To be honest, I don't want to be given a title because Man City got it taken off them. We're Arsenal. We win our own titles, so I don't want them to have it taken off them from this year. I wouldn't accept us as champions if they were to strip Man City of the title, which they won't do. If they did, I wouldn't accept us as champions this year. Absolutely no way, because we didn't win it. We need to win things. We're Arsenal. We don't get handed trophies. We have to earn them ourselves, and that's what I want to see. We've never been handed anything in our history, have we? Terry says, Richard, another great show. Just a shame that the Chelsea fans can't hit that like button, but it says all about their mentality. Have a great rest of your weekend and see you all soon. Yeah, see you soon, Terry. Thanks again, mate. Terry says, come on, you Gooner girls. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all are. So, yeah, not the result we wanted, but anyway, the top three is still sort of in our hands. Well, it is in our hands. We beat Villa next week. We finish third, regardless of what Man City do, because they're not going to turn around that goal difference, are they? So, yeah, it finished here Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0, with a really good second half performance. If that penalty goes in, I think we get something from that game. But these are the small margins in football, aren't they? Jonas has spoken about them plenty of times. And unfortunately, today, the margins didn't go in our favour. Borgo says, cheers, Rich. Yeah, no problem at all, mate. We'll speak to you soon. Robert says, no, we won fair play no matter what City did. We did the work. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe so. Robert says, cheers, Rich. See you on time. Like, by the way. Yeah, well, don't worry about it. You get it when you get here, mate. That's fine. We're glad to see you. We're glad that you're okay. That's the most important thing. So, yes, that's that then for today. We will be back Melbourne will be back on Wednesday, 8 o'clock for the Highbury Matters show, which is always great. So join him for that. And I'll be back Friday with the Arsenal Women's Weekly with the guys. And then we'll look ahead to the final weekend of the season. Well, what a long season it's been with the World Cup in the middle and whatnot. But it's coming to an end. And we'll look back on everything and we'll look ahead to that final weekend. It's going to be good. So join us for that. Thank you to everyone for watching today. Please give us a like before you go. It wasn't Arsenal Day today. It's going to be Chelsea's league title, but, good luck to them. But we'll be back stronger next season, mate. We're coming for you next year. But we still got one more game to play. We'll look forward to that. So take it easy, guys. We'll see you soon. Come on, you Gunners. Well played today, girls. Unlucky. And we'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. And we'll see you soon. Take it easy. So Arsenal now free to Marnham again. Inside here looking for a second goal. Oh, she's got a second goal. That seals it. Free to Marnham again.